1, 2, 3, 4.
Got my new Dale Jr. shirt. Shout out to Dale. He hand delivered it to my house.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He said, "You're the next Dale Jr., bud." I saw you on iRacing.
You're Dale the third.
In those bottom split races, you got something special.
Your bottom was split.
Yeah, it was. It's been. It's
Got
funny.
a big old crack in it.
I ran the last night. I had like 3 third places in a row. It was a good finish, but you're like, damn. The night before, I had 3 second place finishes in a row. The third one, I was like, come on!
Couldn't fucking give me another P. Couldn't give me a P up.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just hope to steal one of them, but what are you gonna do? That's racing.
Hey man, let's like get right into it today, because I want to make sure we address this. I had a lot of fun watching that race this week, and
Atlanta was electric.
I did not think Jay would enjoy it, and I thought Jay, like, normally, here's how good it was. So the stage 2, where like most of the wrecks happened.
The last stage or in the middle?
Middle stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed a lot of stage 1 and 2.
No, stage 1, it's a clean stage 1. It was that you did not miss anything. There was like really nothing that interesting other than that they were kind of figuring out tire configuration. Why am I doing this backwards?
No, well, you watch.
Yeah.
I had it on in an AirPod.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to like watch it intently. Like I was parenting, and I DVR'd it. I fell asleep in the afternoon, so I was already behind the 8 ball. But yeah, I was trying to get the kids ready for bed, so I was kind of just listening to it. And then like when a wreck happened, I'd like go grab my phone off the charger. And speaking of, I gotta plug my fucking phone in. But yeah, I didn't get to watch as much during the first 2 segments. But the third stage was on the last
Great.
50 laps when they were literally just passing each other every single turn. Someone's just shooting it down low. I was like, literally like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
I ran this on iRacing this week. I know how intense that is.
Try having $5 whole on the race. Yeah, it was quite electric. No, but Jay normally, this is a testament to how good the race was. Jay, when I leave the house to walk the dog, if Jay's here by himself, he'll turn on like whatever he wants on Netflix. He did not change the race and was like, "Hey, Chase Elliott wrecked." And I'm like,
How do you know who Chase Elliott
I was
is?
like, that's the strangest sentence that's ever come out of
Your boy
mouth.
fucking Ricky got him. Fuck you, Joe. Take the hat off.
Fuck
We
no,
support Team Napa.
dude. Absolutely not. Ricky Stenhouse for the P4.
I don't know.
Want me some money?
I love Ricky and I like to root for him, but
Rubbin's racing. Rubbin's racing. That's all I got to say. 2 weeks in a row, he's rather like
the block he threw at Daytona. People were putting the blame on Joey Logano for that, but that block was atrocious. That was, in my eyes, when I watched it live, I'm like, that's 100% on Ricky. And then last week, he kind of got pushed down a little bit. Like, it was kind of, that track's tough, where it gets narrow, and they're going so fast.
They're going very fast, and then it's not only 3 wide, but they're going
through like a double tri-oval, like
Yeah.
that weird like turn, straight turn, like on the front stretch.
And like it was one of the easier ones to keep up with, which is why I think Jay, because like every race, like every time you move a position up, if you don't hold that position, you lose 7 positions, and that's like
Yeah, if you get out of the line.
That's the most insane thing. I think that was like mesmerizing him, because I was like hypnotized by that for the first stage, especially with no fucking wrecks. Like where you're just like watching, like Stenhouse started like 34th or something, or no, he got.
I don't know the starting order.
He got a penalty. No, he started pretty deep into it. I think he started like 28th or 26th or something. But he did pretty good. Got up to like 12th place. Then got a penalty for I think pit road or something like that. Got thrown all the way to the fucking back, or no, actually the penalty was for the fucking wreck or whatever. Like it was something to do with that. Because I came back and I was like, Stenhouse was in 9th when I left, and Jay's like, I don't even see his number on there, and I'm like, fuck, did he wreck? And like, assumed he got swallowed up in the mix, and no, he was just all the way in the back of the pack, but then carved it all the way out and finished 4th from 30 fucking 3rd or whatever.
He did finish up front?
Yeah, dude, I had him to finish top 10 and top 5. Those were my 2 biggest bets, and he covered both of them.
No shit. I didn't even know who finished where. I know the top 3 because they were all like.
That was a rough,
that finish,
rough toss.
Man. I'm not necessarily mad at NASCAR for throwing the caution there because it was obviously a caution, but it's just you're not. There's no one to be mad at, but that just really stinks because that was setting up to be another 3 wide to the line. Atlanta, and that's what I wanted to say. Like, tell Jay to take it with a grain of salt because Atlanta's the most. I think it beat out Daytona on ticket sales. It's like the most anticipated race
It was
of
good.
the year.
It was really good.
It's they reconfigured it, so it used to be a normal cookie cutter, and then now they changed it. I think we talked about it, where the banking is way steeper, so they're able to be like super fast in the corners.
Yeah,
so
I think the average speed was like 188 miles per hour or something like that. And you're fucking at a 78-degree incline for most of the fucking race. That's like insane,
dude,
it was
doing a buck 80 through a circuit or a
hey, by the way,
through a space
by the
that's
way,
only
by the
a
way,
mile and a
by the way,
half.
throw a button out there. Hold it.
Oh, that is useful. You fucking does that actually bleep over what I'm
No,
saying?
I won't bleep over. I can do this.
Oh, that got dangerous.
Here, say something.
Faggot.
No. Like, say a sentence.
Joe is a faggot.
Like, I'll get better at it. I can't snipe like that.
Is it like delayed or?
Boring. This is going great.
This sucks.
I figured I got to even
Man, we freshened it up.
even the playing field because I got the laptop.
That's literally like 4 years overdue.
Yeah. It's
We've been rocking the same jazz fucking sitcom jiggle.
Those are just the preloaded ones, and then I finally I was busy yesterday. I was writing emails all day, so I just had the.
This is going
Oh
great.
damn! Sorry.
Boring.
I wanted to go like
That was the good one. Yeah. Yeah, I was writing emails all day, so I finally looked up how to add sounds to the fucking soundbar, and it was a little frustrating converting everything from WAV to fucking or MP3 to WAV format. But like other than that, it was fun. I had a good time, and we got some good buttons now. I can make a variety of them, just like today when I was making the fucking thumbnails for the YouTube.
We just gotta buy like an extension thing that plugs into that with like 50 buttons.
No, I mean we could just hook up an iPad with an app that
Yeah,
you
that's what I
preload.
meant.
Yeah, that'll just Bluetooth right in there. That's fine. This is just preloaded, so I can call you up.
Actually, we don't need to be the soundboard podcast. I guess we can just do that instead of saying the word.
What?
But I thought I could just hold it down and then get away with whatever I wanted to.
You can.
I literally almost dropped a bomb, and I was like, "Wait, does this actually cover what I say?" Like I was like, "Wait, pump the brakes." But let's
Boring.
put a bow on NASCAR. Hocevar was the driver to watch that day. Young, was exciting. He pissed a lot of people off. I'm rooting for him. I don't know.
He had
I
a good
kind of
race.
like it.
He had
I
a
like
good
him
race.
spicing things up. I don't know. It's exciting. He's aggressive. He can be a dickhead, but like
Well,
you need drivers like that. The sport used to have that, and it's become a little more. I don't know. Not
You said you didn't watch it, so you didn't see like the longevity between. At the end of the second stage, he was in quite the fucking because I think he finished the second stage at first, right?
I don't know who got the stage wins.
He
was up there. He was up there the whole race.
Yeah, he was up front. He did pretty fucking good, but there was like a point where they were like, Kyle Busch is like, if Kyle Busch was
his
like,
quote was literally,
yeah,
fuck this kid. He's done the same fucking move 10 times. If he does it again, I'll wreck the whole fucking field. I don't give a fuck. He's a fucking douchebag. There was that many fucks in his radio.
that's
quote.
fucking hilarious. Yeah, they were
He was
bleeping.
spazzing. dude.
The guy at the very end, the 4 laps to finish, whoever got fucking wrecked out on that, where he's just like, door
Blaney.
not clear.
Oh, yeah. Cindric got
Cindric,
screwed.
that was
Bit of a debate there on, I don't love Kyle Larson. I don't love Team Hendrick, so I'm biased, but he got fucking wrecked.
He was the one that I had. I put.
Tina's dad wanted him to win, too.
I put a buck on him to win the whole shebang, and that last 15 laps, I was like, he actually might fucking sneak
He's
through.
a very dominant speedway racer.
He was very sneaky.
And you kind of he's one of those drivers that you forget about in the mid-season because he doesn't shine at intermediates and stuff like that. But he is an up-and-coming speedway ace. The Chevy guys, the Hendrick guys, the Larson guys, they're all saying you kind of squeeze him. You kind of got to put him in that spot to make the pass. Saying it's kind of like Rubbins racing, but in my eyes, he wrecked the dog shit out of him. He just put him in the fucking fence. The defense on Larson is saying he could have lifted and let him by, but it's not that. Like you said, he's not just going to lose one spot if he lifts. He's going to go to the back of the train if he lifts.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like,
gonna lose 15 positions,
Yeah.
like easily. And
So it just, I didn't like it. Larson's one of those super overly aggressive guys on speedways where, just in general, he races clean. He's the greatest driver in the world. He's a fan favorite. People love Larson. He is a great driver. I'm not going to just be the dunking on Larson podcast,
Well, no,
but in my opinion,
he was the AI favorite too. That's why I put a dollar on him because that said that he's
you
not
go to
likely,
any track in NASCAR, he's in my eyes, he's a top on the leaderboard. You got to put him in like the top 5 to win.
They said it was like the most uniformly like he was like the most uniformly rounded race car driver in like the entire fucking
most well-rounded.
Most
Yeah.
round, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he struggles at speedways, but
I don't know,
he had a great
held his own.
run.
Fucking held his
I
own.
just don't. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this, but he fucking.
I wanna
he's
fuck
he's
Kyle
known
Larson.
he's known for like the quote unquote in racing they call it records or checkers or wreckers or whatever, where it's like he's either gonna win or he's gonna crash trying to win, and like sometimes he can be like a dart with no feathers, where it's just like he puts people in precarious fucking big time. Checkers or wreckers, Spinhouse, dude. He's been fucking getting on my nerves this year. He really chapped my ass at Daytona.
I love
Because
it.
I'm rooting for Kyle Busch to get that elusive Daytona 500 win. He was running third with a good shot and just gets taken out by Ricky. But yeah, Larson had a great run for Speedway for him. I think he finished second. Third was Hocevar finished second.
Yeah.
Larson third. Bell first. Just after such an exciting race like that, and I've seen this in the comments on Twitter and stuff. It's just like to finish under that circumstance is kind of like kissing your sister. Like you're really just
delicious.
as a fan.
Goes down smooth. Very enjoyable.
No
for
comment.
Very enjoyable for everybody
Just turned
involved.
it off.
So what you're saying is you really like the race.
You really are Italian.
Oh,
It's like cousin.
she's got a mustache.
It's just it's such a fucking anticlimactic ending where it's just like, when did the caution light come on? Who was ahead at that
yeah.
point? Where it's like, as a fan, fuck safety. Let them run it back to the line.
Yeah.
The guys back there in the crash, they're slowing down regardless. Where the argument's like a lot of them are going to try and gain positions and just floor it and like hope they fucking make it through. And it could be deadly. People have been seriously injured in that circumstance. There's a reason why they stopped doing that. They used to, not just the end, every caution in NASCAR, they race back to determine their running order,
Yeah.
you race back to the line.
Yeah.
And there was a gentleman's agreement not to race back to the line. But in circumstances where someone really needed points, gentleman's agreement be damned. And they were racing back to the line. And there was one incident in 2003. I only know this because the endings have been under such scrutiny, where there was apparently an incident in 2003 where they were racing back to the line, and Dale Jarrett, a legend, his car was stalled and he was broadside on the track, like on the front stretch, and they're doing a $190, and it was almost like catastrophic. I think it went like they made it by him, but that's part of the reason why they stopped doing that. But
Boring.
as a fan, you just you wish they just leave it green. Just
Yes.
fucking induce some carnage. Someone is paralyzed. I don't give a fuck. I want to see exciting
on.
finishes.
I've been trying to say this because I know he didn't finish, so it's not relevant to like what you're talking about. I just wanted to interject with, I liked Gibbs. Did you see the fucking
Fuck
state of
Ty
Gibbs?
Gibbs.
Did you see the state of his car?
He caused that wreck.
Yeah, but did
He
you
just
see
destroyed half
Did
the
you
field.
see the state of his car that he tried to drive on in last place? His fucking
It was like doing the snake.
His fucking alignment was like 7 inches to the right.
Did he try to go back out?
He did, and he fucking spun himself out at the very he's at the tail
Calls
end.
another caution, right?
He was like a good 15 seconds behind the pack. I don't even think like the leader. I think the pack he was behind, and he just spun himself out. They threw it to caution, but he just drove himself off. But yeah, like they showed how I know the cars aren't aligned the same way your regular.
He was way out.
He was there. That thing was just like
They used to do that purposely.
no. I know that they do to a certain extent. Like his was dramatically over.
I don't know if it was like 2010s. Yeah, it looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
I did see the one where he spun himself out. I didn't know if that had happened under caution or if it brought out
No, that
another
brought-
caution.
that brought
Oh
out
my
another
God. I
caution,
thought it was
yeah.
like
Yeah, he
all
was
under this. Like I thought he was heading to the pits and he spun out.
No,
'cause
he
that's
tried.
how-
They went. They went live after.
That's
'cause-
insane to try and
Did you
fucking-
Did you see the part where like all the fluid got got like spilled? Like one of the dudes hit the other dude.
Fluid.
Which speaking Speaking of which, the only text I sent you through the entire thing was that the guy got
What did you
attacked.
say about Brad? Because all I saw was
Kesel-
Keselowski, and I went, God damn it, something. Like, I thought he wrecked or something, which he did wreck.
Keselowski's they got a penalty on pit road because his fueler didn't detach the fucking thing, so he just drove him,
away.
and then he ran into the other car in front of them. So like the dude like bounced off the fucking rear end of the car in pit road in front of them with the fucking fuel thing. It was like, whoa!
He held on to it
Yeah.
while he was driving away.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it before where they drive away and there's
Just-
there's some tool hanging off the side of the car. It could be a jack. It could be the fucking like something. It's just fucking.
It was just very early on in the race, and it was like the only thing that happened in stage one that was like noteworthy was like this guy just like he just very casually like ran with the car and then bounced off the car.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like
Well, that wouldn't have been too bad of a spoiler. I'm neurotic about spoilers.
no, I
so-
understand. I didn't say anything.
Sorry
that-
to he doesn't listen to this, but Tina's dad, I was like
Oh, yeah.
upset because I thought he said like, "Damn, I wanted Cindric to win," and the only like, it does suck. I don't want to know anything, but Cindric wrecked out with 3 to go, and I was like so relieved. I was like, "Oh, I don't even know the finish," because in my head, in that situation, he says, "Oh, I really wanted Cindric to win." In my head, Cindric's battling with someone for the lead to the line, and like the other guy won. So I'm gonna watch it later, and it's gonna be like, well, Cindric's battling for the lead on the last lap. I don't even need to watch this because I know he loses. So it's just like that's what I was worried about. But
Yeah.
I am neurotic because I saw you type like Keselowski and I like muted you, like blocked you. I was like, I don't want to fucking know anything. I literally want to go into it like it's live. Like I don't want to know any details. It's a little
Yeah, you're a
because it
little-
could be inconsequential stuff in the beginning, and I'm like, I don't want to know that. Like I don't know. It's a me issue. For
No,
sure.
no. Well, okay. So here's one with me, and like this is something I struggle with. But like I'm in movie. I'm in movie. I came out fucking horrible.
You didn't even hit this
Boring.
yet. I'm in movie.
This is going
It's a
great.
movie about cavemen.
Yeah.
Me Joe in movie.
I've been watching fucking.
Were you in
shows.
any movies?
No, I mean my name's in a couple of movies, but just as a fucking helper. But no, I've been watching Trailer Park Boys. That was a real Sam Lasco. Go pave your cave, you dirty caveman.
You kind of do look like a young.
I
Sam.
have a fucking
You're
Sam.
a young Sam. Dude.
He's a pervert. He's greasy. Fucking he hangs out in trailers. Yeah, like that's me. Like, I could be Sam Lasco, but
Tuckahoe Sam, dude.
I'll start an animal.
Who would I be?
An animal.
Bubbles?
Nah, you're fucking Ricky.
Oh,
like all
God.
fucking day.
Oh, I kind of like that.
You pissing jugs.
Yeah.
Actually,
Way of the road.
you'd be a pretty good Ray. I think. Like when you get older, you're gonna be a good Ray. Like you're gonna teach.
We
your,
all turn into our father eventually.
but you're gonna like teach your kid like some good stuff, and then also like brutally exploit his stupidity and just be like, I'm gonna come.
What the fuck?
Well, no, like I watched the season where he keeps getting Ricky to buy him liquor so they could find the chicken that runs away, and he's like, I know my son, he doesn't understand that I'm not like I don't know how to communicate with chickens, but he keeps giving me liquor, so I'll keep taking it. He keeps pretending to do chicken calls and like drinking fucking liquor.
No comment. I hope I don't fucking exploit
I
my,
wanna s- I
my
wanna-
children's
I want
stupidity.
to see you become Ray.
I don't. It means I'm a gambling addicted drunk in
way
a
that-
wheelchair
it's
for
the way-
disability.
way she goes.
Things went real south if I'm Ray. If I'm living in the Corbin City trailer park.
No, living in the fucking
I'm rolling my wheelchair to the fucking what's that little shithole called that they renovated? The Corbin Cafe.
Oh yeah, the Corbin Cafe. Yeah, or
It
Flanagan's.
used to be a shithole. It's
Flanagan's.
renovated.
It's-
I'm more of a Corbin Cafe guy. I ain't going to Flanagan's.
I like Corbin Cafe. I actually did not go there for the Super Bowl because the last time I watched the Super Bowl where the Eagles were in it, I watched it at the Corbin
They
Cafe
lost.
and they lost.
Yeah, bad juju for sure.
Yeah, man.
I was always a Lavari's guy. Yeah, never drank at Corbin Cafe, and the other place wasn't open. But I've never been to Flanagan's yet. You said you had a mix.
It's like a cool hangout, but as far as their food goes, it's very. It's like it's
Sounds about
it's
a bar.
It's just overpriced for very small portions. And I don't know.
I feel that way about
Yeah.
most restaurants nowadays.
I would have to agree. It does feel
the
that way.
economy. Segueing from NASCAR.
Well, no, I wanna-
how's your pocketbook?
I wanted to
Mine's
s-
shit.
I wanted to say that the fucking yeah, like you have the thing about like you don't want spoilers for the NASCAR race. And I like get that to an extent. But like I'm one of those people where like I'm a filmmaker. I like movies. I enjoy movies. If like somebody's like, dude, I just saw the best movie, you got to see it. I will rather them spoil it for me so I know it's worth my time than
That's insane.
And
I'm the same way with movies where I don't want to know a fucking line.
Yeah.
I don't even like watching trailers anymore.
I usually don't
spoils.
watch. I usually don't watch trailers because I think visual cues I pick up on more than I do. Like if you were just to be like, bro, I saw this really good movie the other day. It's called The Vavitch. You can't understand a word they're fucking saying.
I was on so many
There's
edibles
nudity.
watching
There's
that.
nudity.
I
You
hated
can't
that
see
movie.
anything. I know.
It was a horrible time, dude.
Well, like sometimes people not selling me on a movie is what sells me on a movie. Like Mark telling me about Valerian. If I could find that again, I think he has it somewhere on either his SoundCloud or my SoundCloud. But there's an episode of his radio show where we talked about this really fucking terrible movie with Dane DeHaan and the guy from Children of Men. Can I get a hit on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna relight it. Went out.
You good? I can't think of it. Clive Owen is the guy's name. But yeah, it's like a really bad movie. And Mark was like, "This movie is so bad, you need to watch it." And I'm like, "Sold, trust it." And I went in there. I looked up what was going on because the plot of the movie is so fucking stupid.
If I'm going into a movie knowing that it's bad and I'm just watching it because it's bad, I don't give a fuck about spoilers. But if it's something that like
compels you, like you really are excited about this movie,
Yeah.
it would ruin it for you. I get that.
1000%.
I get that. I don't operate that way.
even
It's
the
like,
spoiler for the race, like I was so upset. I was like, this ruins my fucking night because I DVR'd it and I was like saving the third stage for like after the kids could go to bed so I could like actually watch it. And I'm like,
masturbate.
yes, I love race cars. I fucking just jerk off the whole race.
You're in the racing simulator.
But I was so like temper tantrum out. I'm like, this ruins my night. Tina was like, all right, like no. Now there's no fucking point in watching the race. Of course I fucking watched it anyway, but I've done
Tits
it
on that monkey.
and like it's not even her dad's fault because he just is getting into racing and wanted to talk about it. Like it's
Yeah.
it's not. It wasn't a big deal. It's just like
he didn't realize you'll talk racing like 6.75 days of the week, but when the race is on and you're not watching it live,
Shut the fuck up about it. Don't say a thing.
Don't
Yeah.
fucking talk
to the
me.
point where like I turned off all notifications for all social media during last race season, and I tell people it's because I don't want to spend as much time on my phone, which is like a slight byproduct
That's
of
fair.
that.
That's fair.
I did it on a Sunday because like I would get banner notifications from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and
Joey Logano takes
and
down
I
Talladega.
follow NASCAR and a ton of NASCAR media people on all of those apps. So like, yeah, the one time it happened where it was literally like, it wasn't even a cup race. I think it was an Xfinity race, and it was like Justin Allgaier wins Las Vegas, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even ask for this. Like, I've been staying off social media for that reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, I turned off all notifications just because I didn't want to spoil races once a week for myself. But I try to watch them live because it's way better. But
I think I think I just put one-on-one together on the spot here. I think a reason I like spoilers or like I'm not bothered by spoilers. I'm indifferent to them. Like to be completely honest, one of the reasons is that I have an ex-girlfriend, the one that was from around here, that she would describe movies because she knew I liked movies and I was like going to college for movies, but she would describe movies like shot for shot. She described the movie Interstellar to me one time, and it took 45 minutes for her to explain the opening sequence because she was like so wrapped up in like, and then there's this thing, and I don't know how they do it, but the camera's spinning around, and then the guy's spinning around, and then they're not in gravity, so you can tell that the camera. And I'm like, shut the fuck up!
my mom doesn't do it like I love you, mom, and this isn't a big knock, but she doesn't do it like shot for shot. But she'll explain like a TV series like at length, like every detail. It's like. I'm like, all right, like we talked about fucking whatever.
I'm glad you liked it. Like,
and I know I've watched some of them. It was like Queen of the South or something. Like I knew like
I was
the entirety of season 1 before I even watched it.
I was working on a lot that was next door to that lot. The first season that they shot that lot was
pretty good show.
It's not a bad show. They did not want to.
She was describing something to me though, like recently, and I was a cagey mood, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking watch it. The show sounds fucking gay. And she was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, I was being a cunt. It was on me. I'm sorry, mom. I love you, but. She will.
The fucking balls on this guy.
Yeah, I didn't know what you meant shot for shot. So like, once you said camera angles, I'm like, oh, this point's null. But yeah,
no,
I thought you meant she was like over describing.
No, she was. She absolutely was over describing it. Because like, I mean, she was like shot for shot. I just mean like she was really taking her fucking time, like explaining this. I'm just like, will you just shut up and suck my dick? Like that's all I want.
That's what I said to my mom too. to. I saw it on the T-ball, and I was like, do I hit it? Do I not? And I was
So
like, I'm
just a
fucking whacking this thing out of the park.
meatball
Yeah.
coming right across the
Right
plate,
across the
brother.
plate.
It's like, I get it.
Gotta.
Right there.
Sorry,
with,
Mom.
Right there with you. That's
I lost my train of thought after
that's
that
good.
one.
That's how you get derailed. Is you go for the fucking easy alley oop. Oh, I liked. So like, there was like one movie where the guy I went to go see the movie. Like I went with my bowling team. We went to go see Godzilla -1, and it's
Godzilla.
Gojira -1. Revisit that.
Of course, they
fucking
gotta
bit.
put math in it. We doing fucking equations here. We're watching a movie.
What's the running time on that? Anyway,
Average length of film.
make good Fujifilm. No, they. So like the one guy I went with, and like I love him. Shout out Ben. Like he was just like, do not like look anything up. Do not mention anything. Like when we walked in, and I like told him, I'm like, I don't care. He's like, you're like a filmmaker. Like shouldn't you have some? It's like nothing surprises me anymore. If something genuinely does surprise me,
Oh, they surprised me. I'm an idiot.
it's like it's a contrived surprise. Like it's a surprise. Like so, like the biggest surprise I think in like any movie that like really like caught me off guard because it was such
You know, M. Night Shyamalan, the twist.
It's so like M. Night Shyamalan's really good at it. I really do enjoy M. Night Shyamalan's
I
work.
fall for those hook, line, sinker. Where I'm like,
What's your favorite
what?
one by him?
I don't know many of them.
So there's like The Sixth Sense, fucking
I know that movie, but I haven't seen it fully through. But like, I know the plot.
Unbreakable is the other one. Fucking Signs. The Village kind of sucks.
Signs
the Happening
scared the shit out of me.
Signs scared the
What's
shit
a
out
more
of me.
recent one from him?
Devil was a good one. And then he just came out with one called like The Beach or something like that. It was like a direct to Netflix.
Was that the one where they like went to this weird beach and they all aged like insane? That one freaked me out.
Yeah.
That one was really unsettling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I like that
that's
one.
the one. That's why his name's in my head. We watched that like a year ago. And,
Yeah.
like, I just know he's known for like the twist at the end. Signs scared the fuck out of me as a kid. I tried to watch that when I was like 10 or 11, and I don't even know if I got through it.
I saw it twice in theaters and got scared both times.
Yeah, that movie was creepy.
I think and like I've said this before, sometimes it's not like somebody that you're like a film you're setting out to expect a good twist. Like there was that movie that I really liked from a few years ago called The Cabin or something like that. Where it was like the kids that are trolling like the dad's new like girlfriend, and it like turns out like she was like in a cult or something.
I think I've seen that.
I recommended it to you on the pod. And I know you watched it, but it's like basically like the kids just are cunts, and it's like that it was like
Aren't they in some like shitty fixer upper house in like a vacation area or something like that? Or am I thinking of a different movie?
they're in a cabin that's like a like in a snowstorm.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like it's not like bare bones, but they get like stuck there. They're like that's a great horror movie, and I like the twist because it's like they think like every element of supernatural. It's like one point it's just like out the window. It's like, all right, these kids are just assholes and they're fucking with her, and every bit of like is just like playing into like her insecurity, like well crafted twists like that.
That fooled
I like
me so hard.
and like it got me too, but it's like I said, like it's a little contrived where it's like, you know, that's overly simplistic. The best genuine fucking twist in any movie that I love. Have you ever seen From Dusk Till Dawn?
I don't believe so.
It's got Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney in it. Cheech Marin from Cheech and Chong is in it. The chick from he plays 3 different characters in it too, which is even funnier. But it's like a Tarantino Robert Rodriguez split feature where they both took 50% of the script and wrote it in their own voice. So Robert Rodriguez is a little bit like. He does like more like mystical realism and fantasy, but like it's like always kind of like tied into real stuff. He's if the movie you might recognize him is Spy Kids. He made Spy Kids. So like, yeah,
I was like loosely into that as a kid.
and like it was like
Didn't they make like six of them or something? Yeah, it just got a little.
over the
Spy
top.
Kids meet Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah,
the
like-
first Spy Kids I was in, like I was like at the right age when that came out, but it wasn't like my favorite. Like it was just like that's kind of cool.
It was an alright movie. It was a passable movie, and then like him and Quentin wrote like their like in their own voice. So they just had a story where I think what they did is believe the term is called beautiful skeleton or handsome skeleton or something like that. But it's this French word where a creative writing assignment. It would be me and you take a piece of paper and fold it in half, and I start writing a short story up until the fold on the page, and then I flip it over, and you start writing a short story, and it's unprompted. It's like whatever they are, whatever we come out with, that's the way the story goes. And it's like it could be completely disjointed or whatever, but that's like the exercise.
We don't see what each other wrote.
Yeah, and it's like kind of unprompted too. So that's
Ad lib or Mad Libs or whatever.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like close to that. Yeah. So like they kind of did that where they both wrote 50% of a story, and it's like
Tried to just make it into a movie.
the functional point of the movie that they had to like
They
tie
have the
in.
same character names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. So like what the exercise I guess was that they were just like you have like a brief prompt, which is like who.
I just went to the zoo yesterday. I'm like, oh, I saw one of you
You
bastards.
saw a lot of fucking turtles. Fucking
Oh my God,
yeah.
dude.
But wait.
What the fuck was that? Sorry.
No, it's we could put a pin in this. But yeah, there's just I think what they do is they wrote that like, all right, this guy gets kidnapped with his wife and his like kids, and then they have to go to Mexico to a bar, and that's like the only thing. And like I don't know, I'm not even gonna spoil it for you, but it's like there's a twist, and it's like the twist is so jarring and sudden, and like.
And it's solely because they wrote it in that way that they were able to achieve that result.
And I love it. It's like one of my the first time I watched that movie, my fucking brain melted. I was like, "What the?
What's
fuck?
it called again?
From Dusk Till Dawn."
Okay.
And
I've heard of it, but I don't believe that I've
it's got
seen it.
Selma Hayek. It's the reason you might remember it is because they use that screen grab of Quentin Tarantino sucking Selma Hayek's feet, and like that's a big focal point of
Nice.
the movie. Yeah, it's.
I don't know who Selma Hayek because off the top of my head, but she sounds hot.
She's the Latina actress that fucking Sofia Vergara and her were in like everything in the 90s and early 2000s.
96. Tarantino's in it?
Yeah, Tarantino's one of the characters. Him and Clooney are acting together, and it's great. It's so fucking good.
That looks peak 90s.
It's-
The screen grabs of it.
Bro, it's so good, and like, just don't spoil it for yourself. Don't look too
No,
far.
I'm just looking at images.
No, but I'm telling you, don't spoil it.
It's
for
all like just generic.
I'm telling you, don't like it. The twist in that is so fun. Like it's one of those movies where if you watch that with Tina would roll her eyes and be like, "What the fuck are we doing here?"
She's into action stuff. Her dad's
it's-
big into action
It's
stuff.
not
so.
really that. It's and like there's people right now that know what I'm talking about, and they were like, "Dude, you're teasing them so bad."
Oh, it's
Yeah, like it. But anyway, it's a great movie. It's like my favorite twist I think in any fucking movie. Like it's just because it's so. My girlfriend hated it. We watched it together, and I hadn't seen it in a while, so it's like I forget exactly where it like I know kind of like where in the context of the film like where it happens, but it's like I forgot like specifically what happens to like trigger the twist, and I'm like, oh god, and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? This is
Some
it.
guy fucking sneezes and it just causes like a bunch of gunshots to go off or something. Like,
It's dumber than that.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, but it's so good. It's like he gets it. But yeah,
I like your choice of like
I was-
background stuff.
I was watching it.
What'd you type in for this? Just
it was-
animals.
Well, this is just live streams, but I had a deer stand.
Do you have an ad blocker?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, when I watch shit like long form shit on this or like this on YouTube, it's just constant advertisements.
Let's I had one brought up where it was like a deer stand, like a deer
You should
feeder.
do like trippy visualizer Windows XP.
history. That's a lot of porn.
Jesus Christ. I wouldn't say comedy porn.
Yeah.
You're
I watched Pornhub's podcasts. It's a thing.
It is.
Sort of. I think that one's it.
What do? They just do a podcast and they suck each other
they
off.
literally
at the end?
knock off Adam.
That's what we do after
22.
we turn off the camera.
Yeah, they just knock off fucking No Jumper. It's like it's all
Where's
it
the
is.
episodes of No Jumper where they do that?
They fucking I think there's like a paywall like Patreon or something like that. Yeah,
And they just fuck each other?
No Jumper? No, not like No Jumper. It's the podcast he does with his wife.
Oh, okay. yeah.
Adam 22. Yeah, he
Like,
fucks
No Jumper is
he
usually
fucks
like
the
some-
pimps and the fucking rappers and
I was
stuff.
gonna say
Like,
it's like usually some mid-tier, like up-and-coming rappers being in.
yeah, Lil Kelpie and fucking Adam 22 really went at it that one time. I saw some.
See that?
Who's the guy that fucking? He's got the wonky eye that apparently was like the brainchild for.
We're just doing trough view.
This is the Brownsville Food Pantry for deer.
Okay. Just doing Shepherd licking their chops, going, I can put me a stand in that tree right there and take them both.
It's fucking
They'll
dope.
be eating all winter long.
They're gonna have a nice appley
Some
undertone.
backstrap. Aaron too.
Aaron was giving me hunting stories when we drove up to
He's got
Pennsylvania.
some-
He's got some good ones.
Poconos are wild, dude. You got to go to one of those with us this year. Put in offer it early, Pocono or Dover.
Yeah,
but
put in
Pocono's cool. It's like a really. You've probably been
Pocono.
up there. Have you been up there like snowboarding and
Yeah,
stuff?
I've been
Okay,
to like
yeah.
fucking big Blue Mountain.
This was my first time being in that area, and I just thought it was.
It's very rustic. You know what's kind of cool?
Awesome.
When your kids get a little bit older, like I'm talking like, Vinny will probably have to be like about like 6 or 7, like old enough where you can bring them to where you can go tubing. There is this really fucking cool mountain up in upstate New York called Wyndham, and my mom used to really like going there because all of the cabins are like you can go to a regular ass like Radisson or Red Roof Inn or like one of the resort
Marriott.
yeah, like one of the resort hotels on the site or whatever, but like kind of like a couple miles away in any of the direction, there's these like little pockets of these rustic old like from the 50s like the Borscht Belt ski lodges that are like still kind of like. So when I went there for the last time, me and my mom and my girlfriend in high school went to this lodge where we got a room that was like it was like an alpine shaped room, so there was like one side of the room that was slanted, but it was 2 stories, and there was a loft and a big conversation pit in the middle with a fireplace, big ass flat screen TV that just was like brand spanking new. Like they kept the thing like spiffy to the nines, but it had this real old
70s,
world
60s.
like late 50s, early
pit,
like the conversation pit was
Mad
really
Men.
what sold it. And I'm like, this is the shit. They had a indoor swimming pool with a grotto, which like you never see anymore. It's just like fake grass and like artificial rock fixtures and stuff like that, but like a hot tub and like a little indoor lazy river and shit like that. It's like where all the dudes from like New York and like Philly and DC would retreat to in the winter to go like catch Sammy Davis Jr. playing the Catskills, like one of those hotels. It's like it looks like The Shining. It's the shit. I mean,
Yeah,
scary.
Stuff like that's cool,
but
and,
like
and creepy.
creepy, but yeah, like I
My only
love it.
reference for something like that is like Congress Hall and Cape May.
It's
like,
exactly
old
like-
school and like kind of creep me the fuck out.
Yeah, it's exactly like that, but with a little bit more spirit because it's like there's modern
Mountains.
Yeah, like there's modern touches because but it's got like that. If you want to like take a step back in time and be like I'd be like I don't feel like Frank
Fuck that,
Sinatra
dude. I'm
built
going
your
to
life.
Marriott. Fuck that shit.
I liked it. That's
I like cookie cutter fucking Radisson Marriott. Not motel. I like a nice $200
swanky hotel.
Not swanky. Just like a $200 a night. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Around that range, you're gonna get a decent. You're gonna get a breakfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forget which hotel it was that we stayed when we went to North Jersey, but it was something like a Clarion or some fucking.
Clarions are nice.
I don't remember. But
This is
I like that. That's like my wheelhouse. I don't want to stay in the Ritz. I want to stay at like Embassy Suites, Marriott.
this is where
I don't want to stay at a motel either.
This is where I'm
I'm
staying.
past the motel life.
I'm staying here next week.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, dude, fucking brand spanking new hotel.
Hell yeah.
I'm genuinely psyched for going. I don't normally pull out stops for this, but it's like, how often am I in Vegas, baby? Like, come on, what are we doing here? I meant to ask you
Turn
that.
off fucking trophy. This is terrible.
I like it. Look at them
No.
running. They're running away.
Blurry. It's just like a fucking ring
blurry.
camera. They're just live streaming from a fucking blink cam.
That is what it is.
Let's go a different route. Put on like fucking
Lower keys, some fish,
no, not nature. Do something like
traffic cam.
hockey player fight violation or
Okay.
something random. Motorcycles crashing. That's not what I was going for, but
You watch this. NASCAR's highest flips.
damn, 11 minutes.
Top 100 crashes of 2024.
This week's your favorite week.
Coda, right?
Yeah.
Who was that?
It's blurry as hell too. I don't know. It's blurry.
That's Daytona.
39. That's Ryan Sieg.
Oh yeah, this is the Arca, right? Or no, not Arca.
Xfinity.
Xfinity. Orca.
Oh, Josh Berry sending in like a fucking missile. I remember that.
It looks like driving in
Sonoma.
Europe.
I think he just locked up the brakes. I was rooting for Dylan. He had a pretty decent car, and he got taken out.
Got tooked.
This was the beginning of the race, first lap. A lot of cars. outraced
inadvertently put
Watkins
so many
Glen.
people into the wall.
I forget what happened there. What caused that?
Negligence. He spilled his coffee. He tossed a dart and it fucking went back and hit him in the face.
Right, bro. Well, at least he got taken out too. If someone wrecks you, you want to fucking hopefully take them
It's
out in the
like
process.
half the field in the
I see
process.
Michael McDowell.
No, speaking of hotels, so you said you prefer staying in a big box hotel. I am not I am not
I don't
somebody.
think I have any experience at a luxury hotel, so that's what I know.
No, but I mean like a big box
went
hotel.
lower. We've went to the lower ranks,
Yeah.
and I don't quite enjoy that.
Where was the fanciest hotel you think you've ever stayed?
Probably like casino stuff, like Bally's in Vegas. We had like adjoining suites, like that were insane. It was
swanky.
my grandmom used to fuck it up at Bally's, so they sent her out to Vegas.
They
They're
tickled
like,
her pink. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "You guys got a whale. Send him our way."
His name's Jake. He's
And his
eight.
grandma's coming with
He's
him.
hide the buffet.
He loves chicken fingers, dude.
So a guy actually, unfortunately, the other day had the audacity to be like, "You're fat. You're whatever." I bet if I walk down the street, people would be trying to harpoon you. And I'm like,
Damn, dude.
that's such a juvenile thing, but it's like that stuck with me just because I'm still laughing about it. It's such a mean thing to say to somebody.
That's kind of basic shit. That
It is,
isn't-
but it's so
I'd be
specific.
like, "Whoa, dude,
They're gonna try and harpoon
your
you.
insults sound like my fucking grandma's, dude. These suck."
Grandma, she's dead. Just as good.
Harpoon the fucking ashes.
But no, like so Vegas, Bally's probably. I stayed at the Four Seasons in Philly once.
Embassy Suites, Newark, Delaware.
Renaissance in Denver was pretty fucking swanky. That place was like, I knew for sure I was gonna get kicked out of that place like on like day 2, so we just moved to a different hotel.
I never went, but my grandma fancied the Pink Shell in Fort Myers, Florida. Fort Myers Beach.
Not familiar, but I do know that a lot of those places have like carryover clientele from
She
like
had
the
a house.
60s.
She had a house in Fort Myers, and she would do like staycations while she was there. She liked the vibe so much there, not to be gay, but
No.
like she would literally, they had like the outdoor area with the bar or whatever. She'd have drinks. She'd sit at the fucking wherever. She would just stay there, like get hammered and just be like, "I'm crashing here tonight." Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it was like 20 minutes from, it'd be like, just
Us
crashing.
going to Atlantic City, getting drunk at the Wild West.
But
and
this
then-
wasn't even a
yeah.
casino. She was just
No,
like,
it's just a hotel.
It was just like a party.
like the Claridge.
Yeah.
She liked the vibes of like the
No,
Claridge.
it was like the Bally's Beach Bar or something like
okay,
that.
nice.
But like nicer. I don't know. It wasn't even like super ritzy, but I think she just liked
The vibe down there is like where like my parents chose
hotel bar. Sounds fun.
my parents chose Marco for that exact reason. Like they were like we tried like 3 resorts down there. They had an opportunity I think at one point to buy the JW, where the JW was this year when I was down there. It was like Derek Jeter and Big Poppy were doing a fundraiser. So like the entire fucking main boulevard on Marco Island, it's like, Florida, one way in, one way out. The whole thing got shut down for a couple hours the one day. I was out getting sushi. I was getting hammered at this fucking sushi bar, just driving fucking home with like a belly full of sake and fucking tuna roll.
Like Tony Soprano.
And that scene where him and Chrissy flipped the fucking car. There was like one day where I wasn't drunk. I was just really fucking hungover and I wanted to go get breakfast. And that scene where him and Chrissy is like, I can't see. I'm not gonna be able to
No,
pass
the drug test.
Can't pass the drug test. That the way that they're
Don't call cops, Tone.
the way they're like fucking sitting right there, or it's like Tony's fucking face is all sunken into his body. Like I felt like that. Like I had to sit there for like 10 minutes and just like take everything in so I didn't puke while I was fucking driving. Throw it in gear.
Sushi while hungover's a rough one. I did it a few times.
Sushi
after
hungover. Oh damn.
I thought you said while you
No,
were drinking and
I drank.
yeah.
I drank every day. I think I told you. Nobody got it except Mern, but I made the Burj Khalifa, which is like the Burj Khalifa is the largest freestanding structure in the world in Dubai or whatever. And I was making
The beer tower.
beer tower, so I called it the Burj Khalifa. And
How big was it?
I got 7 cases. I was there for 7 days, so yeah, it was pretty tall.
Holy.
Dude, I was fucking
7 24-packs in 7
No,
days.
no, not beer. I drank fucking High Noon seltzer, the tequila seltzers.
Come in like a 12 or something.
They come in an 8-pack, so it was
Wow.
like they're double. Like, so you're drinking tequila, you're not drinking beer. So one of those is like 3 tequila, or well, like 1.5 tequilas.
It's like 3 Miller.
But yeah, like
3 Bud
you're
Lights.
you're getting pretty fucking fast after it, and
I
like
missed the seltzer wave, dude, or the all
you're not
that
missing
shit.
you're not missing much, man. It's just
I'm
like
just saying, like, I like fruity gay drinks. Like, if I was still drinking when White Claws came out, I would have been fucking them up. Like, until I got like a bad sugar hangover from them. But that's
just-
usually when the heartburn and stuff comes from the sweet shit. But
just gotta push it down with some Wawa.
I would have been.
dude.
I was like
Get some
envious.
Wendy's.
That was like the summer I stopped drinking, and everyone's like,
Muffins.
"There's no laws when you're drinking Claws," and I'm like, "Dude, I want to have fun. Like, I can have fun.
Can't have
I'm
fun.
just sad playing Chell, jerking off, and smoking weed."
Sounds like the life. Bro.
Working like 20 hours a day. Yeah, no, I missed White Claw summer, dude. I missed all the high noons and all this shit. Truly, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Truly's kind of suck. I remember when the summer where Truly, because Truly's were a little bit before. Like, do you remember Red's
I had,
apple?
Like Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like,
Yeah, that was about it. Like Mike's Hurricane was
the
pretty good.
Smirnoff Ice apple.
Do you remember though the year it was like 2015, 2016 where Red's Apple Ale like tried to like rebrand?
I went through Red. I went through a big Red's apple ale phase.
You were probably off the sauce though when they rebranded or whatever, because it used to be like a real basic, like it was just like, then they were competing with Angry Orchard, where Angry Orchard had like ciders and stuff, but they were like seasonal. So Red's came out with
Angry
like
Orchard's kind of heavy.
it's
I
not
went
good.
Through a phase.
Yeah, it's like I'd rather just drink an IPA if I
Yeah,
had.
they're decent, but yeah, they really dry you out, and they don't get you as drunk as an IPA. So you're getting all of the cons without the pro of getting hammered.
So to compete with that, Reds put out. They had one, and it's like it was just like a clear. Like, I don't even think they still sell it anymore, but it is just like a clear like apple spritzer that was like 12% alcohol, so it was like similar to fucking White Claw or whatever, but like a little bit heavier. And Truly came out with like the same thing, and it was just like marketed as gluten-free, sugar-free, fucking sparkling.
Dude, let's go get fucking
So
wasted.
Casey got me a 6-pack of the Trulies because she got herself a 6-pack of the Reds, and was like, the Reds like fuck you up, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna get fucked up on apple juice. And like, bro, I legit like I tried to fight her. I almost like threw up. It like was great. Is the nature of Casey and I's relationship is just like those Italians you hear like through the wall, like Aunt Kumia's parents, like the
I just
spaghetti.
forget that she's a wop.
Yeah, like, dude, it's just that. It was just like, so we meet up. First things first, we start fighting in her kitchen, like, immediately. And I'm like, instead of us fighting, you want to go bang and then get drunk? And she's like, yeah, it's not bad. So we go
Sounds like a way
fuck
better
for an
deal.
hour. Go fuck for an hour, and then go out on her porch and just start yelling at each other about, I remember what the argument was about,
That
too.
quickly after?
Yeah, we were
The vibe
arguing.
didn't last like a half an hour. At
Well, no,
least?
we were just arguing about. It wasn't like we were fighting about our relationship. We were fighting about dumb shit. Like that was like, your friend's a DJ. I don't respect that. He's not a legitimate musician.
I remember this argument.
And I was like, I tried to leave at one point. She's like, you can't drive, and I'm like, fuck you. And I tried to get up, and like my whole like everything just went forward. She's like, no. Brought me back to bed. We banged, made up. Everything was fucking good. But yeah, like it was just like the most obnoxious Italian neighbors. That 6-pack of fucking Trulies will do that to you. I was wasted.
They'll creep up on you.
Like creep up on you and then fucking drag you down and beat you with more. Like it was
6-pack of the only experience I have with like super strong shit like that is the Golden Monkey. We talked about it. They're like 10 or 14 or something ridiculous. We looked it up, but yeah, I was a big drinker. I could house easily 18 Miller Lights in an evening with like, and that's just, I'm not going to get sick or anything. I'm going to be fucking trash. but,
that's
like,
that's a
Once you get into
Tuesday.
the 20s, it's like, yeah, I might shit my pants and throw up everywhere. But 18 Millers is like, yeah, all day. Like that's over the course of 8 hours.
Yeah,
So,
that's
you know
you
what I
put
mean?
a shift like that's
6. I thought this kid dared us to drink them, and I thought it was like a no problem, like a 6-pack. Like, what are we talking about? I don't even think I finished my 6-pack, or I might have gotten it down, but I was like sick and like blacked out, and like, yeah, that's the end of the story. I don't know if I puked or like pissed myself or anything, but like I was fucked up for like 2 days, like hungover as shit. I don't know.
well, we had the mystery closet when I opened Brookside. We also when we opened, Jamie and I opened up fucking Oak and Dagger. There was like a mystery closet that they had at Oak and Dagger, but they were more protective of it than they were when we opened Brookside. So Brookside was the pizzeria, Oak and Dagger was the brewery. The Oak and Dagger people were like just paranoid that they were gonna get their permits pulled for like brewing and like operating and distilling alcohol or whatever. They were like
That's what's in the mystery closet. It was like a still.
well, it wasn't a still. It was a they collected like, so it was a convenience store / eatery before, and there was like a bunch of like it was like a Dave and Buster's kind of thing. Like they were going for that, but it just was like way too defunct, and they didn't have enough games to make everybody happy.
You
So
say
it
they
was-
had like bubble hockey and like
yeah, it was like a pool table
Yeah.
with like, you know, 2 fucking ping pong tables, and it was like it just well,
Ping pong.
didn't really like fill the fuck out. So like people like they just over, but they had like a high, fuck a large quantity of shit to choose from, but they were like under lock and key. So like as a thank you, once in a while you get like a 6-pack or like a 15, you know, ounce like whatever fucking brouhaha fucking local distillery whatever. So what happened there was I would do favors for them, and they would be like, you could either get the beer that we're brewing, or we'll give you like $35 in credit in the mystery closet. I'm like, a mystery closet all fucking day.
what's in the mystery closet?
Just like beer, wine, like local IPAs, fucking some liquor, not really good liquor, like Sambuca. We had a lot of Sambuca. Fucking
Sambuca.
Bailey's too. Sambuca and Bailey's are like literally the 2 worst. Those are my 2 least
I
favorite.
got hammered off Bailey's, which sounds so stupid, but
You do that once in a while. I've been there before too.
me and my cousin drank it, and we drank it all night one Halloween, like in high school, and we walked down to like the Beasley's Point Bridge. I think I smoked a Black and Mild. It was like a real bromance moment. Like we should have held hands. Like we had just had a great night.
Well, you know, that's
That's
cute.
The other story was me and Wesley got. I don't even know if we were drunk. Maybe. I don't remember the specifics. We might have snuck some beers or something, but we stayed up all night, went to the Beasley's Point Bridge at sunrise. Then those big orange barricade things, he just picked one up and just walked out on the bridge and just chucked it into the water. And then we were both, I was like, don't do it. And he was like, ha ha ha, just ran out and fucking did it. And it wasn't that far in front of the Tucko Inn. I'm like, we're going to be on fucking camera. Then we like, it was just like, it went from like funny to like the whole
Paranoid.
walk home was just like scared. Like,
Back
dude,
of the
we're gonna
neck's all
we're in like
fucking hot.
8th grade or something. Like, we're gonna go to jail, dude. What the fuck?
You're gonna get caught for fucking destruction of property.
I was being a total bitch. I'm like, why the fuck did you do that? I thought it'd be
It's not
funny.
cool, man.
Dude, you gotta respect the bay, dude.
Respect the fucking.
Don't
You
litter.
can't litter in the bay, man.
That wasn't our cone, dude. They probably cost like $50.
The
I don't have that kind of money.
the mystery. Yeah, for real. I'm gonna have to get a job. I'm gonna have to drop out of 8th grade and get a job. Working for
Pay
the
off this
city.
restitution.
Pay off this $50 fucking
I'm gonna
barrel.
volunteer as a barricade retrieval man.
Would have been funny if you just
Invest in a
just
dinghy.
like smacked him real hard on the back. Be like, why don't you go get it, stupid? Push him over.
I don't know why he did that.
So the mystery closet though was like they would just always be like we brew beer, so we'll give you however much beer you want that we brew, or you could go to the mystery closet. And I'm like, mystery closet all fucking day. And they're like, you never take our beer, and I'm like, cause your beer's gross. They got super offended by that. But then the next place,
IPAs are pretty gross, dude.
yeah, they're not good.
They're
Like,
fucking pretty whack.
in fact, we went to a different bar that had a
And they don't. It's not even just the taste and getting them down, because they do really dry your mouth, but they fucking like hurt you.
Yeah,
Like, you
they're
feel
not
like
fun.
They don't feel good. Like it's just like
It's-
not relaxing. It's just
No.
fucking it makes your stomach hurt, and like you get so bloated and like dehydrated. Like you get like a headache. Like 3 of them in. Like
So like their one beer, it was called the Crystal Palace or the Crystal Pills Palace or something like that. It was a play on the Crystal Palace because like one of the dudes like White Castle, Crystal Palace, whatever. It's like a chain of restaurants down there. So like the
Crystal Palace is pop off tier vodka in my head. They have it's like a plastic jug vodka.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
one of the
same.
cheap like $10 handles or
Crystal
$15
Palace
handles.
is like the company
It's
that White
next to Pop
Castle.
Off.
The Crystal Palace is what White Castle stole their business model from.
Oh, really?
And it's a big popular chain down south. But I vaguely remember knowing that it was like I know that because I think Cassers is like a convenience store somewhere or like a family deli somewhere in the Midwest. And they're like, yeah, you're gonna go get Cassers. And I was like, ew, no. And they're like,
There's
what the
a
fuck's
new-
wrong with you?
As a fellow WAP, a 12% or something, there's a new brand of mozzarella at ShopRite, and it's Satrial's Pork Store, based out in North Jersey.
Bellagioso.
like, hey,
Bellagio-
yo.
Bellagioso,
I got
go fuck your
Bellagioso.
Bellagioso, go fuck your mother. What was I looking up?
I don't remember. I was thinking about mutts.
Oh, well, now you got me thinking about mutts.
It was a few bucks more for the pearls. I needed pearls for some recipe for
You ever
Tina.
try burrata?
Yeah, I've had it all. I fancy the Italian meats and cheese section. I'm a big fan. Prosciutto used to be my fave, and now it's kind of I'm more of like a sopressata, like a
Capicola? You like a little
I
gabagool?
like some Cap for
Little
sure.
gabagool?
Yeah, for sure.
I like Super
Prosciutto, sometimes it's like chewy and like not. It's
Yeah, I
like
don't
this weird
like-
thin.
it's
Like,
like
I
rindy.
loved it. I overdid it and I kind of ruined it for myself. I do that with scrambled eggs sometimes, where like I'll eat them every morning for like a week, and then I'm
Look
like,
at 'em.
I fucking hate eggs.
Yeah.
I never eat. I don't eat them for like months.
My-
Yeah,
my,
I did that with, I was loving some prosciutto for like a while there.
My ex-girlfriend used to do that with milk. She would like go to the fridge and like just straight up like. And I'm like,
Hell
what
yeah.
are you doing? And she's like,
Don't you do that? Aren't
No,
you
I-
a
no,
big
no.
milk guy?
no, I'm a huge milk guy. I do that, but like I was not expecting her to do that. Like, cause like
Just farting all afternoon.
going down on her. my cheeks go. Damn, babe. But no, she like just go and like fucking take a huge slug back on the milk. And I'm like, what's that all about? She's like,
kinda
sometimes I get like a real hankering for milk. And I'm like, no, I
Oh,
get
dude,
that.
if there's whole milk in the fridge, I'm doing that
Yeah,
like
like,
once a day.
I normally have skim milk.
Same thing where I'm like wiping your face off.
I normally keep skim on tap, but like once in a while I will for I like
Coffee?
Yeah, I like the balance of
I grew up thinking anything above skim was gross because that's all my grandparents kept because it was like everyone was afraid of fat or whatever.
I like all of them. Yeah, like I
can drink skim, but like now that I've had whole and I've come to enjoy it, it was an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But like when I was younger, I couldn't even drink 2% or whole or any of that. I was like, this is gross.
Yeah, so
Only
like
skim.
I have skim.
Skim now is a wild choice.
No,
Give me the whole, baby. Give me the whole damn thing.
I'm not saying that I don't like any of the other ones. I'm saying like I put heavy cream in my coffee, like heavy whipping cream
I
in my
did that for
coffee
a
when I'm
while.
at work because it's what we have on hand, and I don't want to make half and half. But then like I come home and I want to eat cereal, skim milk. I don't know. It's just.
It's not bad in cereal,
But I'm not.
saying just as a
yeah.
drinker.
I'm not
If I'm
opposed-
having a glass of milk, I could drink skim milk, but I prefer whole.
I think
and I pretty
1%.
much only buy whole.
1%'s a good, but yeah, we keep it around for like the holidays, like when my family's over, because they'll put like cream or whole milk in their coffee. So yeah,
Big half and half guy. I did heavy.
which one? One or the other?
Both. I did heavy whipping cream for a bit. I think it was during one of my keto stints where I'm like, this is high fat or whatever. Like, and I don't know.
Unacceptable.
I used to put it. I used to get an espresso and have them like an Americano, and then have them add heavy whipping cream and be like, what? Because it's typically drank black, and I'm like, I want the strongest amount of caffeine, and I don't like black coffee, so put some fucking heavy whipping cream in that bitch. But heavy whipping cream kind of like. It has an IPA like effect. Like it fucking dries your mouth out more than like regular creamer. Like it's like thick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of like shied away from using heavy whipping cream because I used to at home we usually have it in the fridge because Tina uses it for stuff. And I went back to like if we don't have half and half, I'll just use milk. Like I'm like fuck heavy whipping cream. Like
Yeah, I totally
you
get
ever
it.
use half and half for cereal in
No.
moment of desperation?
No.
I googled that and apparently you cut it with water
Yeah,
and it makes it almost the same. And I did it. I thought it sounded gross, but I did it like per the ratio it suggested, and like it was perfect. Like it tasted like a regular bowl of cereal.
I actually. Here's a fun one. Did you ever see the guy that makes Yoo-Hoo?
No,
I thought it was like.
Yoo-Hoo.
Yeah, I thought it was like gonna be like way more complicated, but apparently like Yoo-Hoo is a dairy-free product.
Yeah, it's like chocolate water.
No, it's just literally Hershey syrup and milk and water. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it
It's
is.
like chocolate water.
And
It's
like, I had no idea. I thought there was like some element of cream because you refrigerate it, but it's like no, it's just refreshing cold. Like it's
so good.
it is. I fucking enjoy a Yoo-Hoo here
My
and there.
grandpa's like favorite meal was as a kid,
Peanut
and
butter
as an
Dylan?
adult. No, like 2 hot dogs with like sauerkraut and like a Yoo-Hoo.
That's a good mix right there,
That's
man.
it's a demon.
That's you're Brett. You're not kissing anybody after that.
That was where my mind went
You're not.
immediately.
You're not
dude.
smooching anybody for
2
like,
dogs and a Yoo-Hoo at 11 a.m. is crazy work. That's diabolical, dude.
bro. My order when I used to work at the law
God,
firm.
2 Nathan's dogs and a fucking Yoo-Hoo to wash her down.
This place is still fucking open. I'll eat my hat right now. This is the funniest fucking. There's a place that I used to work across the street from. In
boiled dogs.
Raleigh, dude. It was a boutique hot dog place. Like, and I'm talking like gourmet,
You're, like,
high
lying
end.
around the block.
No, it was not. It was never really like the most poppin' place, but it was the most direct from across. That's the one.
How many unique hot dogs did you try?
Dude, I tried the entire fucking menu.
Some
This
glizzies?
one-
I see
this
that could go
one-
either way because I thought you might not be into it. I thought you were about to make fun of it.
This
You're-
one is like it's like
Hell
a
yeah.
fucking like a snap pork. I think is what it's called. Where it's like a very crispy outside
like-
casing, and they put this like fucking tahini sauce on it, dude.
I'm in.
It just tastes like
I would eat all 5 of those or 6 of those.
like Pac-Man. But no, like they
The fries look good.
They fucking do this, and it's like basically a Greek salad with a hot dog in the like with a sausage in the middle. Dude, my breath.
That's what I was gonna ask.
My
Is like
breath was like a fucking sewer by the end of the fucking day.
gum's not even touching it.
Dude, I'm like that. A cup of coffee, dude. People are just like dodging me left and
and then
right.
you smoke, and like
Yeah,
you're just like,
you're
I'm
done.
a garbage person, dude.
You're done, man.
I'm talking to my kid, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta go put some fucking gum in.
Yeah, this.
I ate something the other day. I made an omelet, and we just had like too much leftover onion, so I just put like entirely too much onion in this, and it was like it didn't cook all the way through. Like I didn't cook the onions first, so like it was just like raw onions. It was like burning my eyes, and then I like smoked and drank coffee, and I was just like I was killing people in my own house. Like I was literally the SpongeBob fucking meme. But yeah, some Greek shit like that, like some gyros will get you, dude. You're fucking. Like that's like a gyro hot dog. Like,
Over in fucking Germany, she got me the most authentic kebab. Which, by the way, the kebab itself stood on its own 2 feet marvelously. I would say that was like an 8.5 out of 10. Like
that's the thing on the stick.
Well, yeah, they are. Those are like shish kebabs, but kebab is just lamb that you get in a gyro, like a gyro. Like
Yeah.
so, it's like the pita with like fucking cheese and fucking meat.
Dude, that
and everything.
lamb's so good,
Dude, it was like melting. The only thing it was like they said it was gonna be hot, and I asked them for hot, and they were like, "You want like white people hot, or you want like us hot?" And I'm like, "I want you hot."
I haven't
And
had a good gyro in like a long time.
Those places behind Sonia's house, you can go if you ever feel if you're
hop
ever in
on
the
a flight.
neighborhood. You're ever in the neighborhood.
R.I.P. Katina's on 9th and Central in Ocean City. They had an actual foreign dude there that like he was like Moroccan or something, but
No, you use the flavor
Saeed. But they had the lamb thing hanging, like it was like
on the fucking
dude. It was
whirligig.
so good, dude. It was. They have like Opa gyros and greens or something in Summers Point, and it was alright. It was alright, but like then I got one at Litterers on the boardwalk, and it was like scrapple on a fucking pita. Like it was like not.
Go to that place. It's in Vineland. If you're actually craving one, there's a Greek diner in Vineland on Delsey.
They're solid.
Is that what it is?
No, I'm saying and they're solid. Like they're good.
Oh, dude,
good
they're
gyros.
my fucking.
I say gyro. Fuck it.
Well, they're
Insane block right here, and there they go. I remember that.
and it's off. Yeah, Olympia restaurant. Naturally, it's like basically owned by the Halkias family. But no, the Olympia restaurant on Delsey. Dude, this place, my mom's the partner at her law firm, Frank Basil, rest in peace. He's
fucking dude wants the.
you would have
growing herbs.
fucking
Frank Cilantro.
Went up Frank
Frank
onions.
Cilantro
Frank
sleeps with the fishes.
Frankie onions.
Tina hates when I do that voice. She calls it the Joe voice. I'm like, it's
Me?
not Joe. It's Chip Chipperson. She's like, I equate it with Joe. I'm like, are you calling Joe Chip? And she's like, I guess. She doesn't know what Chip is, so she's just like,
I'm gonna start a quick.
she's only heard me and you do it back and forth, so she's like, I hate when you do that stupid voice like Joe does. And I'm like, that's
Every
Jim
time,
Norton. It's his character.
Hey Tina, every time I hear Linda on Bob's Burgers, that's what I think of about you. Jake.
I think of I think of Tina herself,
Yeah, it's like it's just.
looks wise and voice wise.
But yeah, the partner of my mom's law
Just
firm
kidding, babe.
took me here when I was like 8 years old, and then like it would be every year we would go there for like at least like a lunch or afternoon snack at this place. Euros are fucking great. They're bacala. I forget which one's the,
Blacktooth podcast sponsored by the Olympia Restaurant.
yeah. Go fucking try their hummus.
739 South Delsey Drive, Vineland, New Jersey.
Look at that fucking
Go check them out. I will.
He's driving sideways, but yeah.
I'm gonna go in there and say the Blacktooth boys sent me, and they're gonna say, "Get the fuck out! What are you talking about?"
You're gonna say, why do you smell like that? You smell like Greyfoot. Get out of my restaurant.
I'm like, what?
No, the
Come on.
what were we talking about right before you got on gyros? Gyros.
Kebabs.
No, before that, we were talking about something where I looked something up and
Cheyenne, run back the tape.
she ain't running anywhere. Dude, she slumped. Look how fucking mushed her head is against the footboard. Dude, it's like
Wrinkly ass eyebrow.
Yeah,
What
she-
were we talking about?
I forget. Well,
How was your day today, Joe?
Well, I want to talk more about the fucking hotels. I was thinking about that because like the nicest hotels like I stayed in, like the Renaissance, I got almost kicked out of.
I was thinking of the one in Lake Placid. It was like a Marriott, but it was a resort one, and that one was like really. That one felt fancy.
had some
This whole,
vibes,
like-
good vibes.
Yeah, like this whole common area with like these high ceilings, like log cabiny looking, with like fucking bears on the wall and shit. Like, I don't
Now,
know.
I know you said you like kind
felt
of.
ritzy, dude. Felt like some Illuminati meetings were happening in that big common area.
Would you be opposed to like staying in a place in like Center City, Philly, for like $200 if it's not like
No, we stayed at Sheraton there. Really nice. Super
Market
nice.
Street, right?
I don't.
Chestnut
was
Market,
hammered,
something
dude.
like
I was
that.
drinking brunettes. And
This is when you're younger.
This is when I told a cab driver I would 9/11 him, and I called him Osama bin Laden. He tried to fight me, and I couldn't even stand up.
lit.
Dude, there was 7 of us, and there was a minivan, and he was like, "Can't fit you all," and it was probably because we were
Boring.
all falling down drunk. But in my head, I said, "My grandparents have a Toyota Sienna. We could totally fit 7 people.
Great.
We can absolutely fit all of us." And he was like, "No," and I was like, "You motherfucker, I'll 9/11 your ass, Osama." And he's like, "What?" And he got out of the fucking cab. Probably would have kicked my ass. He's probably from like Syria or some like crazy fucking place where it's like, dude, this guy would have slaughtered me. Like he's been through shit. And I'm just like,
I was a
fuck
doctor.
you, bro.
I was a
Drive
doctor.
me.
I was a doctor where I am from. I was a pediatrician. I saved the
He's
children.
like a
I come-
knife kickboxer.
What's they Colin Quinn famously called Anthony Cumia a back alley Tunisian knife fighter and a Corsican pimp. And that is the funniest fucking thing ever.
I remember that. Speaking of Kumia, did you hear his new update? His big news?
Oh, was it like
No. They're going to have to use that on his new job, though.
what happened?
I'm sure there'll be a lot of stuff like
Is he-
that.
what is he like working for the NCAA?
He got on the...
and NAACP?
No, he's on radio again.
No shit, really down in South Carolina?
No, New York. It's
Really?
an AM station, WABC.
No fucking shit. WABC.
I've never heard of it.
I
but
mean-
he's going to have like a few hours. I don't know what the deal is exactly, but Opie... I've heard of it because Opie like did like an hour on his podcast. You know what? No. You know what? I've flip flopped on this a few times. The channels that are specifically based on like picking Opie's live streams apart, like they make a fair point. But like his lives aside, I don't really watch the lives. But his podcast, I listened to a full hour of it, and I didn't hate it. Like it was actually like an okay listen. And he's talking about
Opie Radio on YouTube, right?
on everything. I think I listen to it on Spotify, just
Okay.
audio form. But he's also got his new channel, Opie Unleashed, which is apparently complete dog shit. Where he's
Yeah,
just going around the
that's-
city like
that's,
being a cringe lord. But like,
Yeah, that's him doing pranks.
his podcast. I'm like, you know what? This isn't bad. I don't hate Opie. I don't know. He's an easy target, but like, I don't know.
I think you empathize with him because
Yeah, because I'm the Opie of this show.
exactly. It's sad, but you know, it's not.
Somebody's got to be the Opie, dude.
But it's you're not the whole. Like that's just it. You're like Opie's the whole, and that's like because he's in denial that he's the whole. You, I think, are like I am
No,
just
I know I go into this and my brain goes to mush. and I
No,
just-
but you have a more like you bring more to the table than Opie. Who Opie
Debatable.
just Opie just shows up to basically get like his ego stroked. You don't show up here to get
he
your ego
steers
stroked.
the shit, man. That's what he always used to, they used to describe it.
I want to go to callers, man. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to the phones. It's because
You know, Jim Norton's show has callers, and I'm like, you know, we should figure out a way to do some callers.
can, you
He's
want?
gonna phone us in.
Jay-
Just
we
start
get
calling
Jay.
people, just
you want to call Jay.
drunk dialing.
I actually did have a good idea of like I
Let's
want.
just prank call businesses.
I don't think we can legally do
Let's
that
call-
on here.
Didn't we do it on an episode?
No, well, the before we did the podcast, I called Kingpin Bowling Alley and said I lost my child.
Well, no,
in a
we've talked
locker.
about that, but didn't we have a co-host on? Didn't he call like a fucking
Oh yeah,
Chinese
no,
restaurant?
don't refer to Ollie as a co-host. We did a better bit about that. Where
What did he call? I thought you would catch on to that faster. But
Oh yeah, I forgot we did a podcast with him.
you guilt tripped on your own self, fucking talking about how you lost your retarded son at the bowling alley or
Yeah.
something.
Well, no, I locked him in a locker, and that's which. By the way, that's
Who did Ollie call?
He called like I don't know. He called someone, just yelled, and then we were supposed to like.
It was like a Chinese place though.
do you have fried cat? And like they
Yeah.
just hung up on him. Like it was like, oh yeah.
It didn't land.
Oh, wait, did you see this one?
I don't know. I'm more glued to this than the ocean scenes. There's your boy, dude.
Spin house.
He fucking punts Kobayashi right here.
Fuck yeah. Oh,
Take a spin. Every time there's a foreign driver, his name really is Kobayashi.
very good.
He eats a lot of hot dogs. Speaking of, I think we were talking about the hot dog place. That's what we were talking about. What the fuck is this?
So
You definitely can't play this on YouTube.
it's on YouTube.
There's a good copyright strike.
No, but it's
This song sucked. I hated this. I was not a Toon Chains fan. He's a fucking hack.
So have you got any chance? Like I've sent you this link like 5 times now, and I guess you've just never opened it.
No.
I think this is the one. But
This song stinks, dude.
Ronaldo, Fink Mullen, rest in power. Been meaning to look up. Wait, this isn't the right one. There's one where it's every comment on the fucking song. It's this one. It's clearly this one. It's
It's
every
Cometown bit.
So Nick Mullen went on like he was on Compound, and he said that as a bit when he first moved to Baltimore, he said he had a kid and was posting about it on Twitter, and said that like he was too poor to afford like.
I thought he had like a mom blog or something at one point.
Well, no, he was doing Nicole Mullen. That was like a creative outlet. But yeah, this was just him being a fucking goofy comedian. He went on Twitter and said he had a kid, and that the kid would he was too poor to afford a crib, so the kid just slept in a laundry basket. And then like 3 or 4 days afterwards, he got bored, so the kid died in a beer fire. And
Beer fire.
And then posted R.I.P. They just killed the club by 2 Chainz. So now all of the comments are rest in power, Ronaldo, Fink Mullen. Don't be gone too early. Lighting up a mountaintop beer fire in honor of dear Ronaldo. Rest in power, a pregnancy of Nick.
Progeny.
Progeny.
I don't even know if that's a word.
I don't think progeny. I think that is. I can't see out of my right eye, and that's how I'm
Say
reading.
prodigy.
I said pregnancy. I can't read that fucking far. Rest in peace, Ronaldo, Fink Mullen. Rest in power. Wonder what that says.
It says
beer fire.
You're Chinese.
Beer
What's a
fire.
beer fire?
You just that was just what he thought was a funny way of putting it.
It reminds me of We're Gonna Lose. My mom's in prison. She was growing meth plants. I was like, you don't grow meth. He's like, yeah, you do. My mom grew them. I was born with SIDS, but I beat it. Or something like that.
I beat SIDS. Who, me? No more beer fires. Hi, sweet angel Ronaldo, Fink Mullen. Yeah, this is how I spend my afternoons.
I do enjoy a good comment takeover.
Yeah,
Just put something else on. Racing's gay, dude.
Yeah, I know. What do you want to put
There
on?
was some like campfire thing next to the Ronaldo Fink Mullen.
You want a campfire?
Just go to your homepage, see what comes up. What does YouTube recommend? What does Grok
Well, I'm not
recommend?
signed. I'm not signed in.
Yeah, let's see what
unfortunately.
YouTube itself recommends, dude.
Monterey Bay Aquarium, jellyfish. The deer's back.
Scroll down, not the food trough. That's fucking lame.
That's a very happy beaver. Look at the size of that chick's tits,
Nice.
dude.
We don't.
That's
need to
not.
watch
That's
that.
not fucking real, is that?
I thought
What
you
the
were
fuck
talking
is?
about
What's
the
this hole
beaver.
doing?
We're just watching reels now. This is-
I'm not just watching reels. I just want to see the size of
I
this
think that
chick's
was
tits.
clickbait. Hey, folks. This is the Jake Tooth segment where we slow things down a bit and try and put things into perspective. What's new in your world? How's life? How's your week been? Hope everything's going well. Hope we're coming to the end of this cold and flu season. It's been a rough one, let me tell you. You gotta love daycare because you spend a small fortune to... Sorry, I left the light on. Spend a small fortune to put your kids into a daycare a few days a week, and then they get sick as fuck all the time. So, yeah, I had another little head cold floating through our house last week, but we're all back. We're all getting normal. Hope you've made it through this cold and flu season. Warmer weather is starting to appear. I'm in a t-shirt today. How you doing? But yeah, then you just go right into allergy season, and I'll be out here fucking... I didn't have allergies most of my life, but I feel it a little bit now. I'm getting a little older.
You know, it's weird. My weight was like the biggest thing, and like I know that this happens with some people. It's not like altruistic or whatever, but like when I was my thinnest, my allergies went away, And I'm like, I don't know if it's just because like I'm operating at like a unhealthy fucking like I'm running unhealthily.
Added like stress on your body.
Yeah,
it's like your stress bucket is maxed out
exactly.
just at idle.
You're just like
You're already at 50% just sitting there.
your heart's fucking palpitating because like you're just
Your body can't allocate the defense resources to pollen right now. Like,
But-
it's just busy trying to keep the fucking seed oil floating through your heart.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's fucking
The French fry grease.
It's been pretty fucking bad. Like the dieting thing this winter has just been off the fucking rails because I've been drinking so goddamn much. The Birds went so deep into the playoffs. Like I was like gonna cut it out before, Vegas. Kind of like give myself something to like work for.
Little tea break.
And I'm like drinking like up until last week because like I'm at Jay's comedy show and I'm like fuck. How did this even happen? I'm like
Drinking will put it on you for sure.
yeah, man. It's so many empty calories, as they say, and like I enjoy drinking. I do. I think that drinking is a fun activity, but it's like something that's so bad for your fucking body that like I always have to like kind of reel it back in and be like, this is supposed to be a treat. This is supposed to be like a sweet treat or something. This isn't
Not
supposed
like a mainstay.
to. Yeah, but like there's so many people
Not
I know.
like a daily vitamin.
Yeah, like dude, there's so many people I know that are like, it is the daily vitamin. I'm like, I can't be that. I can't be that guy.
I had a rough day last week, and for the first time in years, and one of only probably less than 5 or 10 times since I've stopped drinking, I just had a rough day. We went by that shitty bar out on Weymouth Road. It's called like the Watering Hole, and I was like,
Dude,
they had a
always
sign
wants-
for like 250 Rolling Rocks, and I was like, I could stop in there right now and drink about 10 of those and like fall on my face, like
Yeah,
just
dude.
like. And then later in the day, I was fantasizing about going to Lavari's, and like it started off as like I'm just gonna black out there, and then the real thought I almost did go to Lavari's and just be like,
2 shots and a Coke.
No, I wasn't even gonna drink. I was just be like, look, I know this might be weird. I don't drink anymore. I'm having a rough day. Just give me 2 Diet Cokes, and I'm just gonna sit here and like pretend I'm fucking.
Norm!
No, not even like it was just like, and I didn't even have to tell him that I don't drink or anything. Like I could have just got food and sat at the bar or whatever, and not been weird about it. But I was just like fantasizing about going and just sitting in the bar by myself and like staring at the TV with no volume on and like just literally zoning out, like not even paying attention to anyone around me. Like I'm not going there to socialize, just going there to like. There was a relief when I used to drink of just doing like I would go to like Lavari's for lunch and just be like, I'm just gonna get fucking hammered and eat a cheesesteak.
That's the fucking
by
best.
myself.
It's the
and
fucking
like
best.
end up
man.
running into people that want to hang out and you're like, fuck, dude. I was literally just trying to like.
This is supposed to be a mellow day. This is after.
supposed
Now
to
I
be
have an
me.
adventure queued
Yeah,
up.
now
like-
we're going to the casino with Zach DeSanti.
Yeah, it's like fucking 3:00 in the afternoon. You're fucking trashed, bro. Those days were the fucking best. Like Colorado would be. I get off work at like 1:00 in the afternoon. My friends are like, you can't leave work sober. You gotta. So we got back, smoke a joint. Then going back, smoke a joint. It's like, all right, well now we're hungry. Let's go get some. Let's go get a pizza over at the pizza place. Hey, we just tapped a fresh keg, man. You want a fucking freshie? Guess we're turning it on early today, boys. Hey, can't have a shot without a beer, or can't have a beer without a shot, right? And like now we're doing Twaka shots and fucking eating pizza.
Tawaka.
Yeah, that was a big one out there because like
Tyler
I
loved Tawaka. I don't
Yeah.
ever think I really got into it.
I-
couldn't afford it.
I was a big Twaka guy because I used to make this drink for my one girlfriend. It was called Joey Twakos, where it was Stewart's cream soda and Twaka mixed together, and it would give you a fucking
Underrated drink, dude. I
Give
love
you
a good cream soda.
good fucking orange sickle by Stewart's. Like that's the only soda I will
Oh,
drink.
you meant orange and cream.
No. Regular cream by Stewart's. Regular the
And
brand.
Tawaka tastes kind of orangey.
Yeah, it kind of gives you like you could do it in either of them. I was never really a fan of putting Twaka into the orange creamsicle, but we got like a fucking 4-pack
No,
of
I meant
Stewart's.
cream soda.
Yeah, the cream
just
soda.
on its own. I'll
Delicious.
get them sometimes. Like if you go to one of these fancy burger joints and they have like the glass bottle, like Hanks or whatever,
Jones.
like JBC or whatever. Yeah, shit like that. It's like I might get it's like a 50-50 if I'm getting a creamy boy.
There's
Didn't like him as a kid, but
yeah, same.
my grandpa liked him, and I got it out of nostalgia once. I'm like, man, these hit. I went through when I was sober. When I first stopped drinking, I went through like a big cream soda. Like I would get like the fancy cream soda from ShopRite in the glass bottles, and be like, after work today, I'm gonna sit down and enjoy a nice cream soda.
like a classy
Like
gentleman.
crack open a cold one, like so gay.
It
Take
is.
dabs and drink cream soda. Just giving myself
Watch The
diabetes.
Outsiders again.
Crush a 6-pack of cream soda. Piss myself. Like, can't feel my toes.
Mom, my feet wet no.
Broke my knee, dude.
Yeah, the fucking I like cream soda is good. The one I always have the nostalgia for is Birch beer, Pennsylvania Dutch Birch beer. When you go get a Mac and Menko's pie, fucking hot Mac and Menko's pie, like a cold December
Fresca
afternoon.
for me.
My dad always used
My
to
mom
get.
loved Fresca and Birch beer.
Yeah.
And the Birch beer reminded me of the Fresca. That yellow bottle with that brand you're talking about.
Well, we would get the Pennsylvania Dutch, like
Yeah.
the fountain sodas. Like, so we would get them in the cups because they had the crushed ice, and you could like gnaw on the ice, and the ice, like that stuff was like a fucking oil spill. Like that Pennsylvania Dutch Birch beer is like it fucking.
Tremendous.
It's like it's great. Just you could chew on that ice and still taste like Birch beer. It's fucking phenomenal with a
little
big pizza.
extra bang for your buck.
Bro, I like it. It's like every Friday, my dad would pick me up from school. Hey, you want to go to Jilly's, kid? Go get a $10 fucking roll of quarters. Go play House of the Dead 2 a couple of times. He'd skunk my ass in fucking either table hockey or fucking bubble hockey. The one
It's a
that
good dad.
the
Doesn't
one
let
that
you win.
one that I fucking
gives you a shot, but dusts you in the end.
I missed that game Siphon Filter where it had the sniper rifle and you could look through the sniper rifle and it had a little video in there, but it was like bigger. So you could like actually pick people. Like I used to play that game a lot. There was this one where it was a police trainer one where you could choose what gun you wanted, and every gun, like there was one that was like full auto, and then there was one that was like a 6-shooter, and like that was the hardest difficulty, but it had the most stopping power. Like my dad and I would play it differently. I don't know, shit like that always. But that the fucking cherry on top was always that fucking Mac and Menko's. We'd walk down to the
You're a
9th Street.
Manco's guy.
Not that I'm a Manco's guy, it's just that specifically. If I'm looking for that, like there's nothing.
Well, there's one right next to Jilly's, so you probably went right next door.
No. The one in the winter was like the 9th Street one. So
you'd walk
we'd
down.
walk in the winter, and then like we'd have a hot pie, eat a couple slices at, a little tax, you're not
Yeah.
fucking making this journey without a fucking
You
that
gotta
little
get it
fucking
while it's
something in
hot.
the tank while you're walking back. But
Give me a
yeah,
pie and give me 2 slices to go, please. Couple Pennsylvania Dutches. How we doing?
what the fuck was Baker's?
I think actually my dad was a Manco guy. So like we would go to the Jilly's in the summer and then go to the Manco like right next door.
the one that's connected to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
They would try and cap my food intake. I could go for what? 3 slices in my head. I'm like, I could crush 4.
Get the
It's like,
entire pie.
3 slices. Come on, dude.
Never in my house. My dad would be like, "Hey,
When,
you want-"
when we get pizza at home too, he'd like cap me at 3 slices. I'm like, bro, I'm a big boy. I could eat a 4th.
Dude, there was one time I was so embarrassed of being a fat kid when I went to Dylan Pearson's house one time, and big family, big fucking, like they're all wrestlers, so they can eat, man. So I went there, and I'm chubby, and they're all like in shape. Like even
Yeah.
Lucas, who was like a big fucking, he's a huge
Wasn't
guy.
fat at all,
He was
though.
just big. Like I'm talking like when he's in like 9th grade. Like he was a big fucking dude. Hadn't really developed yet, but like was like a big like Schuler,
They're
big
big boys, dude.
Yeah, like so.
Clint's a fucking.
Clint's
I played,
a fucking tank, man.
Played football, with Clint, dude. He's a good ball
I
player.
remember when
He's a
Clint was in
fucking
like
beast.
6th grade. He was like shorter than me, and then like in one summer he was like a fucking foot taller than me. I was like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, they're all.
Clint was good like right away. Like I think he started like whenever 5th or 6th grade, and like he was just a fucking unit, dude. Like,
Yeah, man.
He was a fucking beast.
I went to their house. We had band practice. Like I was in a band with Dylan and Lucas for a little while. We just do Avenged Sevenfold covers.
Did you? This is random, but did you ever have anyone like start a sport after you and then like supersede you and like basically like take your job?
No, I was never good.
I
enough.
like-
I was never good enough. At
I was
sports.
starting both sides of the ball, and I pretty much like. There's 2 kids that I remember where like Colton Menser and Mike Adams, and like were they better than me? Probably, but like I literally like showed them the ropes. Like they started late, and it was like 6th or 7th grade, and I was like giving them tons of pointers, and then like took-
running over you.
They like literally like I only started offense because like I just made these guys fucking monsters, and then they took both fucking defensive tackle jobs. I was like,
Well-
which I wasn't great on defense. Like they were better than me. Like it was the right call, but I was like, damn man, like I was showing you how to do this shit, and then they fucking
I was teaching
took
you.
my they took our germs.
Took my
Like
damn
damn, dude,
germs.
I was butthurt because like it was like both of their first year, and I'd been playing for like 4 years or something. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I don't got any
You
seniority.
really do live and die by the youth sports, brother.
No, it just reminded me of like fucking something we were talking about reminded me
Clint-
of that. Yeah, Clint
Clint-
Pearson.
yeah,
Yeah,
Clint
I do.
Pearson.
That was I peaked in middle school football.
But like, yeah, I mean, I get it. I get the romanticization about it because it is cool. Like, I've never
Or even
did-
in anything, not just youth sports, but anything where like you train someone at work and then they like become better than you at it, even if they don't take your job. Or you're
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
never happened in
Yeah.
the workplace for me. I'm just such a fucking
I've made
dumb.
many a better trash man than I.
I know, I'm such a dumb wop that they're like, you shouldn't stick your hand in the fryer. It's like, who should stick my hand in the fryer?
It doesn't even look hot. It doesn't. It
and
looks
then-
deceivingly cold.
Yeah, it looks delicious. I'm gonna stick my head
I
in
want
there.
to take a nice glass of that.
Nice gulp. Yeah, like that. I'm just dumb, and like so, like it functions well in kitchens. Like I've trained people in kitchens, and I'm not a good leader in kitchens either. Like I have a hard
Get
time.
the boys fired up.
I'm good at being a sous chef. I'm good at being a
I
sergeant.
don't think I've ever had like a leadership role at a job. I'm usually the guy being like, "Fuck this, dude. This is gay."
Yeah, I'll show you how to fucking steal from this place.
I don't know. I never stole. I never really saw stealing either, except at OCPW. A lot of my buddies would steal. As trash men, there was tons of rolls of trash bags, and be like, "Do you know how expensive trash bags are?" And they'd just be taking like a book bag full of fucking trash bags and like paper towels from the fucking bathroom
Thanks for the
closet.
help, OC.
Bro, the shittiest trash bags and paper towels. They're like, "Dude, you know how much money I'm saving?" I'm like, "You can just spend like $20 and get both of those items."
I think at Hofstra they gave you toilet paper, and like it was the shittiest toilet
Single
paper.
ply Scott.
Dude, it was worse.
Doesn't
than
back up the toilet, the
Yeah,
plumbing.
it was like they gave you free fucking Scott toilet paper, and they stopped giving us toilet paper. Like if you went and asked, they'd give you a roll, but they would just like open a case and like leave it in there. Dude, we got into so many toilet paper fights, so many
gotta.
mummies, so many mummies. Like you just
Yeah.
like wrap your drunk
It's
friend
free.
up. It's free, and it's like we got yelled at the one year because the guy John, he was a really nice guy too. Kind of looks like he's the janitor in our dorm in Hake House. Shout out. He was a janitor so that his kid could go to college. Like he wanted his kid to go to Hofstra, and like a way that you can do that.
Isn't this like the plot of like Goofy Movie 2 or something?
Is it?
No, I'm just kidding.
Was
His
he
dad,
work-
his dad goes back to school because he gets fired from his toy factory.
Oh yeah, was
job.
he working at the college, or did he just go?
No,
and
he
enroll
just
and
went. He
co-
went and
just
enrolled. He's like,
Oh.
I'm gonna finish my degree.
I'm gonna do a kickflip.
I thought that movie was so good when I was a kid. It was like one of my favorites. And then I tried to watch it on Disney Plus like recently, and I was like, this stinks.
Not gonna lie, Tyler and I went on many road trips when we were like 8, 9, 10 years old, where that movie was because he was the
Loved
only
it, dude.
friend
Skateboarding,
only
dude.
friend I had that had a portable DVD player, and he had like 2 DVDs, and one was for Kendall, and then one was for the boys, and it was goofy, extremely goofy movie. And he's
Love
like,
that movie, dude.
And he's like, we could watch this, or we could watch. He had some random like West Wing or something like that, like an entire season.
way too old
Yeah,
for you.
like,
sick,
exactly, like Frasier
drama.
something like really dry that like is not for kids. It's like, well, he had a DVD. It was like 4 episodes of A Pup Named Scooby Doo, which I hated that show. I hated A Pup Named Scooby Doo. I liked Scooby Doo. I hated A Pup Named Scooby Doo. He had like one DVD of that because Kendall liked that. I think that was hers, and then ours was an extremely goofy movie, and like I don't know, 8 random assorted discs of like fucking ER or something.
ER, that show stunk.
Some like fucking dramedy.
My
Like,
mom loves those, the hospital shows, the fireman shows, like the fucking Chicago Fire, like all the cop shows. Like, I like Law and Order, the regular one. I don't really like SVU, but she like loves all those fucking.
I don't
like,
mean to interrupt you, but
NYPD Blue.
But did you know that Slapshot? You obviously have seen Slapshot like a couple times.
I could recite like every line in Slapshot too.
So you know the scene where the goalie is like getting dressed for a game and he's just watching The Bold and the Beautiful on like it's like they have a TV in the locker room. He's just watching a soap opera.
Vaguely, I haven't seen it in a long time.
Okay, so I watched a documentary, like chunks of a documentary that was made because there's like 3 of them. I think that it like in existence that are about Slapshot. I think like a couple are about like the actual production, like one's about the brothers, the Hardy brothers, because like 2 of them are related, and then one just kind of looks like them. But they toured
The Hanson brothers, you
The
mean?
Hanson brothers. What did I say, Hardy?
Yeah, I thought they
thinking-
were all 3 brothers.
They might be all 3 brothers.
I don't know.
I think 2 of them are actually like brothers, and then one of them
one is kinda
just
different.
like kind of looks like them. But the point of like one of the things was that they were like, yeah, like this movie exposed so much like in the 70s of like what inside baseball, like inside hockey was. Because like people had no like this sport was so new in the United States. It's like a lot of places, like a lot of metropolitan areas, didn't have hockey catch on to like well into the 70s. Like keep touching my feet, I like it.
I'm trying to. I don't want to touch Shy.
No,
Her torso is where my foot
she's
was.
fucking out, dude.
Yeah,
I can hear her.
I do
She's
adjust.
She's looking over here, like.
I was just sitting uncomfortably for like 10 minutes. I was like, all right, I gotta fucking adjust here. Nah.
But no, they that
Hockey
movie
was kind of like rock and roll back then.
was very punk rock back in the day, and like a lot of people were unfamiliar. Like they might be familiar with what the sport itself looked like, but they weren't familiar with like because like baseball, basketball, football, like that was a part of the zeitgeist. So like it was very easy for you to be like, we could watch the game, but there's generally someone that could tell you a little bit of something about the game, you know. But it just wasn't mainstream back then till like the late 70s. Pretty much, you know,
once the expansion, the early 70s or late 60s or whatever with the Flyers.
Yeah, so Jay told me he would be playing hockey at like, you know, like 76, 77. Like he'd be playing hockey in the street with like his friends. Like, I mean, he's like a teenager, like 15 or whatever. But like people would be like, what the hell are you kids doing? Like, you guys have weapons. And it's like, no, this is hockey. And they're like, no, like you guys are hurting each other. And like, I mean, I don't know if they were like,
this is hockey.
Yeah, like they were like so confused and like appalled by it, you know. But
this is barbaric.
Yeah, Slapshot kind of was like the first like glimpse into like who the people like kind of lifting the mask a little bit. And one of the things that was a focal point of the documentary, one of the documentaries, was when the guy is watching that soap opera. Apparently, like through like the 60s and the 70s, like hockey players like would write soap opera actors and actresses and were like very like almost like staunch on having to watch it before the game, like as like some part of their daily tradition. It's like, yeah,
so weird.
Go to the fucking rink, do your morning skate, eat a fucking Sando, watch watch The Young and the Restless, and then go catch a nap before the game. And like that, it was like a fucking fixture in their routine. To the point where like they asked like, why do you guys do that? They're like, well, it's just what's on. Like we don't want to watch the news, and like there's only 3 channels, so it's like news, weather, or soap opera. It's like, well, soap opera, you know.
That'd be like me and you watching like Sex in the City before like a rec fucking lacrosse game.
Yeah, exactly. It's strange, but it was part of like what the cult. But like that was cool. They were saying
that's like a nice like Easter egg.
Yeah,
I never even thought about that.
The gambling when they're on the bus too, they were like, yeah, they don't explain that like hockey players have like all these like inside bets going on like in the game that they're in. Like the game last night, I had money on the Flyers, covered the total, and the Flyers won. Let's fucking go, boys! Fucking spank.
They still do it. It's called like money on the board.
Yeah,
it'll be like all these different like it's like a pool.
Prop. It's like prop
first
bet.
one to score.
Yeah.
Someone to have 2 assists.
Someone
tonight.
has like a hit on their head. Like, you know, if you like
takes a puck to the face, and like if that thing happens to you, you have to put like $100 or no, it's like something like 100 or 500 or something like some. And at the end of the year, they take that money and do like a boys trip, or they do something like
yeah, dude.
they have like they'll save up like $50,000 or something over the course of the year, and just be like, let's go to the casino.
Yeah, dude, let's fucking all put
probably
it on.
More than $50,000.
No, way more than that. There's a fucking professional athletes. They're probably.
I didn't know about that. Someone talked about it on Spit and Chicklets in the last few years, and it was like Voracek or something like that. And apparently the Flyers had like that run with like Giroux, Voracek, Simmons, like that era. Like apparently they had like insane ones where they were like spending like insane money on the board. Like,
I never told you of this, or like at least never on here. Did I tell you about the chick I took bartending classes with that was like friends with G? So I forget who. He's a hockey player, and he was a Flyer at one point, but it wasn't someone that like I could probably like, not like Gostisbehere or like, you know, Farabi or whatever. Farabee, however you say his name. Like not like one of those guys, but like a dude that was like a pretty short-lived Flyer that just like he went to another team, never went really far in the show, and then just came back and was like G's roommate for a little while. So the girl that was fucking G's roommate for a little while took bartending classes when I was in bartending class.
I wonder who it was.
I forget. It's someone like that. It would be like, you know, if you said Henkel, I would probably agree with you, but I don't know. It was like, it could just be any fucking player. But this girl was fucking this hockey player, and she was like, yeah, I get to go to a lot of the Flyers parties. I was like, oh, I heard that they like really throw down. You know, I lived right across the street from the Islanders, the Coliseum. So like, I know that once in a while they'd show up at one of our local bars, and the place would just go fucking bananas because they're like, they're not supposed to be out, but they like buy people shots. They're like, you know, they're doing, you know, shots with fucking random groups of girls and guys and shit like that. Like it's bedlam. It's like wherever they go, but they have like bets on like they'll walk in and have like a side bet of like, I want to get that girl before you talk to her, and like they'll bet on that. Like they bet on everything. That's like what it boils down to, is like they'll just have like all these like little
complete degenerates.
Yeah, so like that was like the first glimpse into like how degenerate they were, where they're like literally betting on like they're on the bus. They're like gambling on the bus, but then they're like, who's got so and so when the coach freaks out or something like that. They really illustrated the extent of it to the point where in the documentary they're like, the slot cars the Hanson brothers have, they were gambling on those like between takes. Like they would set up for the next shot and they would have it like on the third floor of their apartment, so they'd all go up, get their makeup redone, and then go up to the third floor, and everybody would like kick in $20 and they fucking bet on a couple slot car races. It's like that's
awesome.
pretty fucking charming.
Weren't
Like,
a lot of the guys actual?
yeah, a couple of them were
too?
hockey players. Yeah,
I think the Hansons were. One of them played in the NHL.
I don't
or
know
in
about
the AHL or something.
I don't know about that, but
believe
I know
so.
I know a lot of the extras were real hockey players. Like the other teams, apparently all those guys were real. Like they changed their names.
What was
Obviously,
the guy Ogie Oglethorpe?
Oglethorpe.
The Hook or whatever, Captain Hook. What was the guy? Was that the guy's name?
He
He like had his stick fucking curved in some insane curve, and he
So
was
he-
trying to gouge your eye out or
yeah.
something.
I don't think his name was Cap. It might have been Captain Hook. I fucking forget. I know
They
the
had a
one.
nickname for him. It was like Ogie Oglethorpe.
The one dude is like the Native American guy. He's like he refers to his stick as the little chief and calls all the scared natives. Like,
I remember the Indian dude, and then then one of the guys like gets hit. And he's like, I just pissed myself. or
yeah, it's in the
something.
very beginning. That's like the first scene. It's like
I-
my wife left me. I got drunk on the bus. I swear to God, the next person that checks me, I'm gonna piss myself. So fucking Paul Newman lays him out. And he just gets up and covers his crotch and skates with his knees together.
The ending of Slapshot confused me, where the guy just strips naked and starts like throwing his clothes into the crowd. And
You
he's
never
skating
got
around in a
that?
jock. I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
Oh man, it's so good.
What's he do it for? Is he protesting or something?
Well, so the philosophy of it is that the minor league team is folding, and they're like, and Paul Newman's character is telling the town of what is it, Wheeling, whatever. They're
Charlestown Chiefs.
Charlestown, West Virginia. Charlestown. He's telling like the media and like everything that it's like, no, the team is just getting moved to Florida, but in reality they're folding. But he's pumping the media full of like all these lies so that the players think like, oh, now we have a reason to play because we're going to go to Florida. So like we're going to be like the roughest, tumblest team in the entire league. And they end up like doing so successful that they like make it to this like big game, and the guy that's the assistant, the alternate captain, is like, I don't want to do this because it's taking away from the authenticity of the sport. I want to play this because I love hockey. I don't want to, do this because it's a circus. But then they play the first period, get their asses kicked because they refuse to fight. They try to play the game straight up, and then the guy comes in. He's like, "There's scouts out there. What are you fucking doing? Like, go out there and fight. They want you to fight so you get contracts." And he's like, "There's all these NHL guys out there. Go fucking do it." So like, they basically go out there, start fighting, and the guy, because he had to like flounder on his morals, his protest is to give him a circus. He takes all his clothes off to make his lady laugh.
That's gay.
It's a good movie. It's one of my
I
favorite.
just remember seeing his butt cheeks and be like, come on, dude. I saw my first set of tits today. I did not see some male butt cheeks.
Do you know whose tits those were? Ralphie's mom from A Christmas Story.
Oh, nice.
She did 2 movies in the year that Slapshot came out. I think she thought both of them were going to flop. I think she did Slapshot first. But she did Slapshot and then Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which ended up being like the biggest fucking movie in the country for like an entire
With her tits
summer.
out?
Not with her tits out. No, she did the tits out because it's like she probably just needed to make some money. Like,
That was tremendous.
Yeah.
I was like 10 and my head exploded. I was like, oh.
talking about being a
Tremendous.
dyke. Like, it's fucking your wife sucks.
I was
pussy.
big into Slapshot too
The
because
one with the Baldwin brother, Stephen Baldwin.
there was like a period where we moved or something. We didn't have cable and I had a portable DVD player and I watched Slapshot 2 on it. Like I could have put it on like my PlayStation or something, but it was my new gadget and I
That's
was just
your
like,
thing, man.
I had
It's
headphones
locked
for
in.
it. I just sat there and I watched Slapshot 2 on it like probably 100 times, like
Yeah.
that few week span before we got like hooked up. But like fucking,
I did
the same with Like Mike, where it was just like I was
course
big
you
and
did.
yeah, big and
Jonathan LePatnicky and Lil Bow Wow, right?
Lil Bow Wow. I was a Lil Bow Wow fan, dude.
I was a
Bow
Jonathan
Wow Wow.
LePatnicky fan. I liked him.
I started like singing a Lil Bow Wow song the other day when I was like rocking Stefan.
I don't know a single.
Bow Wow Wow Yippee Yo Yippee.
Oh,
yay,
that's
Bow
Lil-
Wow,
that's Lil
yippee.
Bow Wow?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think Bow Wow was dope. I liked him. Lil Romeo was gay, but Lil Bow Wow was cool.
They were not allowed to be listened to in my house.
I had multiple-
Jay was very upset that was like, are we turning on Nickelodeon? He's like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, the kid, he's rapping about how his parents are going out of town, and then he just changes the channel and be like, we're not watching this.
Lil Bow Wow was cool, dude. I had multiple Lil Bow Wow CDs.
Yeah.
And he had a hard CD when he was like 16, and I was like 12, and it was like, I'm just Bow Wow now. And it was like the beginnings of
all
like
grown up.
trap rap. Like it was like, he wasn't like being explicit, but it was like more
Suggestive.
more grungier beats. Yeah. It was
Suggestive.
like, he's a teenager now. Dude. He's cool.
He's angsty. He's letting it all out.
He kind of fizzled out though.
I don't know. Like I said, I cannot name a single fucking
He's probably
thing.
still super successful, but
He's probably making money off fucking royalties.
yeah,
you know?
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
He's probably fucking comfortable, but
um,
he's one of those things where it's like he peaked in his child career.
the one that got me was I had a portable DVD player, so I got my like I was right when I was 14. So it was like when I first started making my own money, so I could buy things with my own money. I bought the first season of Viva La Bam on DVD,
Very wise purchase.
and I watched that.
Commercial free Viva La Bam with like extra cuts.
Yeah,
dude.
with like DVD commentary and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
dude.
it was great. I watched that religiously on my portable DVD player, and the movie UHF with Weird Al Yankovic.
Never heard of it.
Bro, that movie is so fucking. It's got Michael Richards and Richie Aprile in it. At one point, like it's the most.
Is that Kramer?
Well, Kramer's Michael Richards, and then Richie
Do you have
Aprile
any-
from The Sopranos is
Joey
in
Pants.
it. Maybe
No,
not
no.
Richie. No, it's
Thinking of
Joey
Ralphie.
Pants. Joey Pants
Yeah,
is in it.
Ralphie.
Yeah.
Richie Aprile. What the fuck's that guy's name in real life? I know it. I just can't think of it. David Proval.
Proval.
I believe.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, this movie it's so fucking stupid, but yeah, it's got Michael Richards, and then there's a part where
I'll never watch that.
No,
shit.
dude,
if I
dude.
saw that,
dude, it's so good. He's got a line where he's on the phone with Fran Drescher, and he's like, "Broads don't belong in broadcasting," and Fran Drescher's got that really nasally like Latina voice. She goes, "You slimy little," and hangs up on him.
dude.
This movie,
She was so hot, but I thought she was so annoying. Like, I
Fran Drescher.
on that show, The Nanny or whatever.
Yeah, she has the most irritating voice ever, but like she's like Lois Griffin hot.
I thought she was very
Smoke-
attractive. She
smoke a
would be
body
on like
for-
TV Land or like TBS or one of those like random channels where I'd watch it sometimes as a kid after school. I'd be like, this lady's hot, but fuck, dude. Oh my god, it's so annoying.
As somebody,
Was that acted up or is that how she really talks?
she kind of talks like that. She does, but it's definitely hammed.
Is she like Jewish or
This is-
Italian?
Both. I think she's Latina. honestly.
No, really?
I think she's a little Latina. Honest question though. This was a big debate in my
Honest
household.
answer.
Like this was a big debate in my household when I was like, I don't know, 19 maybe. Take your family that at some point you watched a couple episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Not as a family, but it was on after like, Grounded for Life at one point.
So you
I'd
you,
catch
you have
bits and
seen
pieces of it.
you've seen a
I
couple.
was never a large fan.
Did you
Well,
think
I was large, but I was never a fan.
did you think Raymond's wife was hot? I'll pull her up.
In the earlier seasons, yes, but it kind of didn't peter out. She didn't age well.
I
Pull
can't.
her up.
Yeah,
I might be thinking of someone different.
it's fucking
She moved into a fucking worse spot.
yeah. What's her name? Well, Peter Boyle's the dad. He's funny. He's in Taxi Driver actually.
I like his mom. I thought
Yeah, his mom's funny.
funny.
What's her name? Fucking it's George's mom in
Bette
Seinfeld.
Midler.
Not Bette Midler.
she's fucking kidding.
Deborah Barone, that's her name. This chick. I don't know why, but she just has like even when she was younger in like the early seasons, she to me has always had this like librarian or like someone that like
Yeah, she's hot.
slices apples at the school. Like there's just something like too like wholesome about her to be like a kind of like a dumpy like chick from like the like Brooklyn. Like there's nothing wrong with her, and like everybody I know from like Brooklyn is like got like a little hey yo, like even if they're not like Italian or ethnic or anything, they have like a little pizzazz to them. She just always kind of struck me as like a flat human being and like a little too clean to be from Brooklyn. Like, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but like everybody.
Is she from Brooklyn in real life or in the show?
No, in the show. Like, and like, there's something about her where I think like boomer dads. Like, I said that opinion at a fucking dinner one time, and they were all like, "Whoa, she's a goddess on earth," and I'm like,
I wouldn't say that.
boomer dads think she is like the fucking hottest woman on the face. Like, I don't get it. Jay was
I
like,
think Leah Remini was hotter.
who's Leah Remini?
King of Queens.
Yeah, she's cute. I think she.
Or I had a crush on fucking. My favorite show as a kid, my favorite sitcom was Grounded for Life.
I spelled that so bad.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Oh my god, dude!
She was. I think she's more of a looker than Ray Romano's wife. Look up Grounded for Life wife. I don't even know her name. She's not like a huge actress.
Claudia Finnerty.
I was into her, dude.
She's cute. She's got kind of like that Kaylee Kuokow look to her, where it's like kind of like the girl next door.
They dolled her
ditzy.
up in a lot of the episodes.
Yeah, like
she was, and I was like 12. I was just fucking bursting at the seams, dude.
Hot take, but like Kaylee Kuokow, I never really. I thought
the dad was cool too. He had some lettuce.
How do you spell her fucking name? Yeah, that one.
Kelly Cuckoo. Yeah, bruh.
Like, nah, not
really.
I think
she's a knockout.
I think she's the kind of person that you dangle in front of dorks because she's accessible.
Me.
And I'm like,
I don't think she's accessible.
Well, no, she's inaccessible, but like she looks like she's just on the cusp of being accessible. And I think that is like what, yeah, like. I don't know. She's a little like I'm not saying that she's like not a fucking gorgeous. She's a 10 out of 10 woman. Like, but I'm saying like as far as like I like personality, and she just strikes me as like someone that it's like too polished and like kind of the same problem I have with Everybody Loves Raymond's wife, but like Kelly Kuokow, she's just like
Everyone Loves Raymond's wife was kind of annoying if I'm remembering.
Yeah,
correctly.
she is. She's very annoying.
Fucking nag.
But I don't know what it is about like my dad and his friend. Like people
They were into her.
They all thought she was like she's a goddess on earth. Like literally, yeah. I'm telling you,
close,
dude. Like they loved her. They thought like she was like a fucking like I don't know.
Maybe it was for her. I would describe her as seeing her as attainable.
I think
realism.
Yeah, no.
There's something to be said for that.
That's the exact thing I feel about her. Where it's like she's just.
I feel that way about porn consumption. I don't want to see like a 12 because it's like this isn't realistic.
Oh no,
to my life.
I want to ruin that chick. Should be ruined. That's.
I want to see like.
I want to see your dad fucking really regret. I'm sorry, this is getting fucked up.
What?
I'm turning into Lewis, where it's like I don't watch porn.
There's guys who jerk off to 10s. It's like I'm more going for like a 7.5, something. She's got a little weight to her.
Okay,
she's sturdy.
Missing one of her teeth.
That's a bonus point. That's an 8.5 automatically.
Glass
eye, not for me.
Peg leg.
Missing a front tooth.
Tail.
No.
Missing a tit.
No, I'm not into amputees and missing body parts. I'm just
pierced
saying like,
tits.
No. I'm just saying someone that you would probably consider like a 6, but to me is like a 7, 8.
I'm not saying that I don't consider like there's definitely something.
I appreciate the finer points.
I think that a lady that's a little more homely brings more to the table. I think that she's more.
It doesn't even have to be fatter. Just
no, homely. I mean, like just like somebody that's not necessarily conventionally attractive.
The new up and coming 21-year-old knockout. Everything. There's not
teeth.
a wrinkle.
I don't want plastic surgery.
Works out. I
don't want fucking facelift, fake hair extensions, fake nails. Nails drive me crazy.
I want
too.
like a chubby Mexican chick. In a fucking fast food bathroom. A nice torta. No,
yeah, I chubby Latina chicks, they have their place. I've dated enough. They're fine. I love them, but no, like, dude, just something about like an absolute smoke show.
I'm just saying the super professional productions that have these like just absolute knockouts. It's like I'm going to more the amateur lane, and you see what you get. You find some knockouts in there, but it's like realistic. She's a real person, not like.
I like homemade chicks, like chicks that are flicking bean in front of the old webcam.
But I gotta see face.
Yeah.
Why does this always come back to this? I feel like every week we talk about what we prefer on the internet.
Well, ladies, just them to be quiet.
I don't like the ones where they blur out the faces,
Yeah, that's annoying. I found one where it's like this chick's trying to like be a porn model on Instagram, so she literally shows everything but like pussy lips, and it's like there's like a video of her on IG. I'm not signed into my IG, so I won't be able to.
Twitter, there's just full on like porn.
Yeah,
like, they just post like clips from their OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's
like,
that.
What the fuck?
This chick was like peeing into a fucking flower pot the other day, and I'm like, this is just porn.
You're gonna kill the plant.
You are. It's your piss is too acidic. I can't
It kills
imagine
my
what
grass. When I
kind
pee
of
in the backyard, there's just the same Lake Pissmore, where I go pee behind the fucking shed. There's just like it like destroyed the grass. Like,
Yeah.
There's just a circle there where there's no grass.
No, it's indifferent.
I
You
stand in
can
the
water
same
down,
spot
you can
every
water down
time.
ammonia and just do the same thing on your lawn and make a design.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Pee on the grass.
She's gonna kill her plant. I'm not into pee stuff. I'm very vanilla.
Vanilla Seymour.
Not like vanilla, but I don't want to see any fucking whips and chains. But an acquaintance of mine got popped by his GF. He was watching some
Dungeon-esque.
just like some cartoon, like weird, like ASMR style porn. Where he was watching cartoon shit, and then he was watching. No, not that. It was like a lady. It was like kind of like JOI, but it was something different. Like it was some
okay.
weird, like
So-
just some lady
so
like whispering in your ear, but like
Some cartoon telling him that.
no, they were independent of each
Oh,
other.
okay.
He was going back and forth.
Okay.
Multiple sessions.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Human mind is a fucking fascinating thing.
Why do chicks feel the need to like go through your fucking
I don't know.
your phone
Because they like
and your
control.
computer?
They enjoy control.
They did have
It's
an
like,
agreement that he wouldn't watch porn.
Well,
so
that's just it. You can't back yourself into a corner like that and then renege. Like, you know,
Yeah.
that's not how you do that.
you got to just
Also-
delete your history. He just had his or
No, he was
something
fine. He was
private browser. He was just
fucking
Safari,
hanging it all out
Safari
there.
desktop, just like
I'm a single
letting
man.
It rip.
I'm
And
a
then-
single man. I don't mind.
And they
letting
lived
my
together.
Flag fly.
And
Yeah,
she
like
just
that's,
went on the fucking computer, and it was just like,
that's so.
what's your homepage? It's just like come on feet. Or
I think it's
something
yeah.
like
It says coming on feet. Yeah, it's
Jesus
that
Christ,
and YouTube. But no,
Yeah.
I think it's a control thing because like if you were to turn around and say, I think what it is the psychology is that it makes women insecure because you're looking at other women.
Yeah, and I understand
and
that.
I understand that
I
too.
totally understand
But
that.
if you were to turn around, if she was to say like you're not allowed to watch porn, all right, let me see your inbox on Instagram. That would be
Be some problems.
that would be a problematic thing, and you would probably get yelled at for doing that. But I'm making the illustration of that. I think that both of those things achieve the same thing. One is more problematic to others because it actually is
I view
direct.
porn is way less harmful.
Yeah,
in my
exactly.
eyes, it's not cheating. Like there's the age old debate, and like there's some chicks that view it as cheating. I think if
call
you're
them idiots.
if you're jerking off to porn so much that you're not having sex with your partner, and like you're preferring porn to like the real thing, so basically like you know what I'm saying, that's a thing. That is a thing,
I know
and like that's pretty fucking gay.
it's
but
pretty fucking stupid.
if you like watch porn a couple times a week, I don't think you're like some fucking.
You make
But
porn a few times,
the issue with
well,
this situation as well was it was like a 3-hour period.
Oh, okay. So
Like,
he's
he
just,
just jerked off for like 3 hours out of his day. And
Uh,
that's why she was also like, "What the fuck?" Like,
dumb question about that. I think we
that's
were
a
talking.
long time.
We were talking about
pretty-
this. Like you gotta clear the pipes once in a while, and you don't want to use your old lady. Like, what the fuck is the philosophy with like waiting? Like, just wait till. So many people I know like share. Like you live in a house with your lady. It would be very uncouth of you to like start spanking it at some point throughout the fucking day while your lady's in the fucking house. And like I know of like 2 people off the top of my head that have recently been caught by their old ladies fucking like spanking it in the house while they're home, and they're like, it's the Rogan bit where it's like you
Where
think
like
you're
in the bed?
no, like in so one his chick was passed out. He was gonna go down
Is it
early.
Shane Gillis, because this
No,
Shane
no.
and Matt talked about this at length last week.
Oh,
where
no, this is-
Shane had a similar story where his lady was taking a nap. He tries to rub one out on the couch, and he heard the door shut, like she was coming out of the room. So he like ran to the bathroom with his pants around his ankles. He's like, "Dude, I had to do the fucking waddle."
Oh,
he got
no.
away with it, but then Matt got caught by his old lady in the shower, and she was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Nothing." He's like, "I'm just standing there with a
Scrubbing.
boner," and she's like, "I could see the shadow, like I could see what you're doing."
That's funny.
He's like, "Yeah, cell phone in the shower is like dark arts, dude. That's like committing a crime, dude. You
Yeah.
gotta."
No, this is my friend. This was like maybe 2 months ago. Sleeping in bed with his wife. I
That's
think
greedy.
Fiance.
That's just
fiance.
insane.
Listen, sleeping in bed with his wife, his fiance. They wake up in the morning. He says, "I'm gonna go make breakfast," and he goes downstairs, gets everything ready to go, checks his email on his phone, and is like, "Oh shit, I actually have to like answer something urgent." Runs to the computer room, like so. His wife smells like, something's going on in the kitchen, like she can hear clanking and whatnot, and then answers the email real quick, and he's like, she's still asleep, and goes to and
Got
gets
beat.
caught red-handed, pouring full volume, like the whole 9 yards. And he's like, she's like, this
Amateur
is
shit.
supposed to be fucking breakfast, and now you're just, and it's like the Joe Rogan bit of like, you think your wife's gonna be like, oh, you can just fuck me, and it's like the just most shameful, like,
It's the opposite.
yeah, like, and then the other guy, I think he was like, like
Sometimes
in
it'll
his-
go that way
in
for
his
you, but
bathroom. No, never for me. I jerked off on one of my exes once,
That's weird, dude.
and she was like, yeah, like this is just like, you are a horny, like you are a pervert, and I am like someone that's just trying to be a human being, and like this is foul. I was like, you don't understand male
I'm her.
psychology. You don't understand male
Tina will just
psychology.
like climb on top of me sometimes. I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to like watch fucking Squid Games. Like, it's like she's the you in this situation. But
Yeah.
She doesn't like, yeah. She
High
doesn't jerk
libido,
off on me.
high libido Italians. We have a fucking, it's like a thing, and you get the occasional
like,
other
dude,
one.
I just want to chill.
Yeah, like I just want to jerk. I just want to like Netflix and fucking fap once and fall asleep, and then like
No, I don't ever pass up an offer, but you know,
I mean,
I get the sentiment of your old lady in that scenario where it's just like, dude, I'm just trying to fucking chill.
she was trying to take a
Rub me.
nap. She was like trying
Yeah.
to take a nap, and I'm like, I'm horny, and she's like, no, I'm tired, and I'm like, I'm horny
Yeah,
though.
she's like
I can't take a nap right now because I'm too horny to sleep, and like I also am not like 15 years old, so I don't fall asleep at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't need a fucking what do they call it, siesta? I don't.
Yeah, I do.
I don't need a siesta.
I'm a big nap guy.
like it's,
Big nap guy.
I got
stay
it.
up too late. Though.
I
And then
got
my
it.
kids get up at 6:30 or 7, so it's like that's why. I'm sure I wouldn't need a nap if I went to bed at midnight. But
I get it. I mean, I do get it. I understand. You have a life, and it's like your life kind of starts and stops at the behest of 2 children, and like that's
One.
not. Yeah, well, still, like Tina
Tina pretty much handles Stefan.
but still, like you have like there's no fucking hey, we're gonna schedule for this. It's like that's just a
no,
child.
I pray their naps line up so I can take a nap. Because if Stefan's still awake, then it's like I can't just like clock out when Vincent goes to sleep. But there is magical days where they're both going down for a nap at the same time, and I will pass out from like 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. like just
Sick.
zonked, and then I'll be mean when I wake up. So,
You're in happy dreamland.
fuck you. I'm a fucking dickhead, dude. Getting woken up from a nap is just like
Getting woken up in general, Jay.
it's supposed to be this refreshing thing, and I literally wake up like, why the fuck did you wake me up? Make me some fucking chicken vindaloo.
Well,
Woke up from nap.
you can't just start doing Come Town. That's not fair. Because I want to do mine, but I can't because it's just stealing Come Town. Like, it's the only thing I wrote this week was. Remember that show that used to be crossing over with John Edwards? Like, do you remember that show?
No, the politician.
No, there was that was the thing. There was also John Bell Edwards, who was a politician as well.
I remember Carrie Edwards,
Yeah,
04
yeah.
or something like that. Edwards struck me as a bit of a dingus.
Yeah, he was not exactly the best.
John Kerry looked like a vampire or something.
John Kerry was a tool bag.
Yeah.
This guy, I mean, it wasn't a very good show, but this was a show that was briefly on Fox, I believe.
Is he like a medium?
Yeah, so but he was like he was a cold reader, and it like turned out that like he was just really good at being able to cold read people. Like he had like resources that were at his disposal for the show, as well as like his
Like
whole
private investigators? Or like,
no, his whole shtick was that he would stand in the middle of this big open auditorium style, like an amphitheater style like studio, and he would just kind of like do this shtick where he's like getting a feeling from over here, someone named John, and then like someone would say like I had a dad named John, and then he'd stand up and say John died, and he's saying something about the money, and she's like when he died, me and my siblings had like, and he would just basically
that's so vague that it's like,
exactly. And so it's this thing. It's this technique called cold reading, and like South Park does a really good. Always goes back to South Park, but South Park does a really good parody of this exact thing where Stan is doing that, and he's trying to dispel that this is like this is just called cold reading. It's a technique. So he starts doing it. He gets so good at doing it that while he's like actively telling people like, I'm telling you, this is not real. What I'm doing is a technique where I just listen to a couple of things, make a few inferences, and then it makes it seem like because you have an emotional connection to this thing, you jump on it. And like the people are in such denial that they like are like, no, I was talking to my grandma. Like, and so anyway, that whole thing. Yeah, there was a show where this guy would do this. And I was laughing to myself while listening to Come Town on the way to go buy a picture frame the other day. It wouldn't be funny if this guy's name was John N-Words, and it was just calling like your relatives come to this fucking dude so they can call you the N-word. they want to chew you out for something. I lost my job, so I went to John Edwards.
I'm hearing to John over here. John. Oh, my dad was John. John was a.
So was John a caring father? No, he was a real.
Mute channel 1.
It's he's saying something about the antique car. Oh yeah, John really loved driving his antique car. Oh well, John wants to let you know that if you leave it out front again, he's gonna get it stolen by a pack of.
He drove a Pontiac. You know what that stands for? Poor old thought it was a Cadillac. Stupid. We should get in 2 Pontiacs and crash head on, doing 100. I always devolve back to my grandparents, but this reminds me of Long Island Medium, and my grandma.
That was the exact same thing.
My
yeah,
grandmom was big into her, and so much so that she saw her in like Philly, New York, AC. She came somewhere in the tri-state area, and my grandmom paid like paid 4 figures for fucking Lisa Capilouto, fucking whatever that lady's name is.
Yeah.
Lisa something, lady with a big old
it's a
fucking
big
head
dago
hair,
from
but
fucking Long Island. Yeah,
I thought she was grifty, and apparently she was super grifty.
They're all
She got
grifty,
out of
brother.
it. Yeah. But
because that's what they do. This is the technique. It's called cold reading. It's just like you use so they're
it seems hard to do.
Well,
to call it and be like, here, John. That seems kind of vague. Where it's like someone in here has a deceased relative named John, and they're gonna just shout it out.
Yeah.
But they do it so well where they'll just pinpoint someone and
Well,
be like,
the-
"Who's Steve to you?" And they're like, "What?"
This guy got busted because I forget what television network. I think it was Fox, but Fox has like a studio where when you walk into it, they have a very narrow hallway where they would line people up in like not single file, but kind of like if you're in a group of 2, you'd be 2 by. If you're in a group of 3, you'd be 3 by. But it was like pretty much like however many people, you were just like in this like long hallway.
And they bugged it?
And they bugged it, yeah. And it was because they were spread out so well, you could get really clear, concise. Like you could just shoot a shotgun microphone
There's
at
probably
them.
cameras so they can
And,
pinpoint.
and
who's
they were
who,
able to
who's saying
overhear.
what.
Yeah, they were able to overhear people. And also, then they went so far as, from what I remember, people would come in at, like production assistants and dress like they were just going to see the show and kind
talk
of
to
like
people.
like elbow people and be like, "Are you hoping to talk to anybody today?" And like they'd give a bullshit
My
thing.
son Steve died from a car crash.
Yeah, and like probe people for information that he would then know about and then go on the show and do. And like, yeah, you got busted hard. Like,
There's a new one going around where it's not so much death medium, but he's like, he did Shane Gillis, not like the podcast, but I saw one. He does like football teams. Like he'll be in like a team meeting and he'll be like, you know, it just like calls people out, can like predict what people are thinking. Like he'll be like,
Really?
name your favorite movie or something.
I saw that where he's in a
They're
locker
like, name
room.
your favorite dictator, and Shane picked like some fucking like,
Mussolini.
yeah,
Franz Ferdinand.
Yeah, something like that, and he like nailed it. And he's like, "There's no fucking way that you picked fucking King Tut or whatever."
Wait.
Like some, yeah.
Wait, what are you talking?
I went with Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong. How do you know that? That was like the Emperor of China. Jimmy Clausen.
There's speculation that this was that it's like rigged or something.
There's a extreme chance.
What do you think this is? Because this isn't like grift. This isn't.
This is the exact same thing. It's called reading. It's
Yeah, it is, but I'm saying it's not like it's not harmful. It's more of like a magic trick than
Yeah,
like
exactly. It's a
grifting
grift.
on grieving people. It's a little
Yeah,
more dark to me.
It's a grift, but it's still like I don't know. It's like one of those things where like it's a neat party trick. It's as they would call it, I guess, like a parlor trick. Something that you do where you
I
want
find it
to.
impressive.
I find it very impressive, and on top of that, those dudes apparently, some of them, like this is one outlier, but there was a dude. Fuck. Was it in like the Amazing Jonathan documentary maybe, or maybe it was like something I saw unrelated to that, but like apparently the Amazing Jonathan used to do something similar to that. Wasn't cold reading, but it was like similar, and he learned it from David Copperfield. And one of the dudes that used to like roll with David Copperfield was like apparently like some dude. He was like a detective at some point, like worked for the FBI and the Secret Service, but was like really good at just getting cold reads on people just conversationally, and could like just slightly like figure things out, like piece things together, like slightly faster than you think he would, and he would fuck with people constantly. And it was just like people are just able to use that to their ability. And he was some kind of entertainer that was like friends with Copperfield or something. I forget how I know this. I forget who the guy's fucking name is. I don't even know how to fucking search for it right now. Pull that up, Jamie.
I just put my phone on the charger.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know.
You're Jamie. You got the fucking computer.
Fucking getting into fights with
Yeah, we're
Gillis.
gonna have a big video element of this, but we just watched fucking National Geographic.
Yeah. What do you want to watch, baby?
I don't know. It's nice. I enjoy the background.
I do too. I think it's very soothing.
I'm picturing something more chaotic from you though, and I don't know what that would even be.
But this is just what I like. Like this is what I put on. Look at them dolphins go. Look at all them. That delicious.
I pretty much just listen to like podcasts. And shit.
Well, I do too, but I mean, this is for like a nice background, like nice visual, something.
I don't
like
ever do that.
I don't want to put Pornhub on for you.
Type in Windows XP, Windows Media Player Visualizer.
Fuck yeah, dude.
This was my jam, and fucking yes, that's the one, dude. I haven't seen this in fucking dude. I was getting so trippy to this in 6th grade. Put on some Linkin. I thought
I've become so numb, I can feel your balls.
a little Green Day or something, a little Simple Plan.
Yeah. Oh, this is bringing me back. Mr. McLaughlin used to sit in his
It's
math
unfortunate
class.
it's so blurry, but
Well,
dude, I love this.
Mr. McLaughlin used to sit in his math class in the morning. I think the guy like smoked a fucking joint or something before class because he'd come in.
I
and
thought
be
this
staring.
was weed. Like
This
I
was-
was like, this
Whoa!
is what's gonna happen if I ever smoke
Man,
pot.
this is a random question, but do you remember Neural Trip? Do you remember that
No, I
shit? Did
never
you ever
did it.
try it?
No.
You know
Shit
of it
the
though.
oxygen bar a few times.
It's
Getting fucking
different.
loaded.
Different than
What's
that.
a neural trip?
Neural Trip was that like website where it came out like when I was in college, like so 2009, 2010, something around there. But they were like, it's the narcotic-free drug experience where you would go on this website and there was like a menu of like what like one would be like weed, one would be like psilocybin, one would be peyote, and then it would be like there'd be more complex ones. It's like peyote but with a sunset, and then like like so like you get really niche and fucking weird.
There's just images.
But no,
or-
it's sounds. So you put on headphones that are like noise canceling headphones. You're supposed to like do something like drape something over your head so you have complete isolation. And it like kind of like guided meditates you through like these like sounds, and the sounds are supposed to make certain
I don't like
synapses
it.
in your head connect that are those synapses that when you're on drugs, it's like those are the connections it's making. So yeah, we put crack on immediately, and it was like, I'm not feeling like this is crack, and it just never worked. But yeah, people would like swear by it. They'd be like, dude, I neural tripped for like 4 hours last night, man. I saw God. It's like, no, you didn't. You just
You're
just,
gay.
you just took a nap with
Meditated.
fucking headphones on.
I don't even like meditating.
I like meditating. Meditating's nice.
I thought Tina wanted to do these like guided meditations, and it's like literally like hypnosis. It's just some fucking guy talking the whole time. And the first one we had was great. I had like a great time, and then the second two was just like it was the dark arts. Like it was just like
Yeah, don't do that.
it was this one. It was like how to get over like childhood trauma or something.
Yeah,
I'm like it was just like
don't get
and I went into it
specific
with
with
good
it.
intentions. Then I'm like remembering times my grandma was mean to me. I'm like I'm not even having fun right now. Like this sucks. Like this is not beneficial or positive to like drum up this old shit that you don't even think about on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? Like,
Something about guided meditation is like so scary to me because I
haven't done it since. It's been like 4 months.
I do believe in like astral projecting, and like that kind of fucking freaks me out because you're at the behest of someone else guiding or guided. Like, and that always, like, if it was someone I trusted, yeah.
I never
but, like,
thought I could like actually astral project. I was big into it. There's this channel on YouTube called Spirit Science. It's before I ever tripped, but it was like post me being like, I'm not even Christian, man. I'm spiritual, and like
spiritual man.
it was just like all that shit where it's just like we're on this dimension, and then you can astral project and blah 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 blah. You've reincarnated. Your spirit's been here. Like just basic white chick fucking like.
Yes,
Spirituality.
Instagram fucking Buddhism. It's like I get.
Look up Spirit Science. Let's see if they're still active. It was like this weird like animation.
Fuck no, I'm putting on 4 hours of Windows Media Player visualization.
2016. I'm not familiar with this work.
This is a new one. Yeah, well, this is an ad, I guess, but no, astral projecting is like something like I very much I believe that you can do it. It's like guided meditation will get you there, but like it's something where if you go off the deep end, man, there's people that like they say they lose their fucking minds. This
It's like
is where
summoning demons
They're
and
stuck.
shit.
Yeah, they're stuck
So
in.
you don't really know how deep this goes, and you're like messing with some weird shit.
Someone that I have in my life that's like a very trustworthy source on this. Like she is a person that claims that
This one
she's.
stinks.
This is new stuff. It's not good. Wait till the beat. Wait till it kicks in though, man. Wait till it kicks
Why
in.
are they so blurry?
Well, because these were made for computer monitors that weren't like 4K and like on graphics cards that weren't meant for.
You should look up modern day visualizer.
I
See
think
how
this is
trippy we can
the
get.
most current one.
Not Windows, just like type in just music visualizer 2025. This is a really niche topic to get into.
All right, how about instead of this?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, none of these are good. Okay. There we go.
Psychedelic trance, dude.
Fucking yeah,
Whoa, dude.
whoa,
Full screen
bro.
that bad boy.
Damn,
Let's
man.
get weird.
Let's get. I wonder what the fuck they're listening to under this.
Damn, dude. Fire up the joint. Let's get her going again.
Let's get it going. We're gonna get weird this
Leave this
afternoon.
on. This is good
turn all the
stuff.
lights off so I can take our shoes off.
Just be silent and watch this for the last 45 minutes.
It's
This
like
is
when
good stuff.
It's like when the teacher brings in a television for the end of it's like, you know what, we had a hard day today, kids. We're gonna watch a couple episodes of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
This is better.
This is our Bill Nye.
No,
the
Bill
Science.
Nye is pretty rad, actually.
Bill Nye's a fraud.
I loved his show in school, though. That was like, whoa.
I mean, that was a good day right there. You know, the teacher was a little hungover too, so she'd be a little permissive. You know, like,
I loved a good Bill Nye day.
dude, Bill Nye days were the shit. There was one that Bill Nye has to like show how static electricity works. So he like rubs a rag on a steel rod, and everybody fucking died laughing, including the substitute teacher. And the substitute teacher's like, I know I'm supposed to like show you this because like this is the assignment for the day. But like I can't keep watching
That
this.
scene is crushing every period,
It's
dude.
killing it. It's killing me. It's killing the students. It's killing everybody.
How old were you?
It was 6th grade, 7th grade, like something like that. Actually, it might have been 8th grade, Mrs. Simpson's class, but like still, just it fucking was the
Old
boys.
enough
The
to know what's up.
boys and the girls were all fucking like, this is much better than that video where I have to watch the lady push the baby out of her vagina.
Oh, dude. I didn't see that until way too old of an age, which I think we've talked about this before, like way long ago, but I was dreading that video, but I was gonna watch it. Like, it wasn't gonna be weird, because there were like, some kids were like, I'm gonna stand in the hallway during that. Like, you could take a pass on it when I was in 8th grade. I had planned on watching it, but I was not pumped. I was literally dreading that day. Every day I would walk into health class like,
Is this the day?
oh, dude, I don't want to see this.
I don't want to say it.
But they're actually on YouTube. And I was like 25 and I just like stumbled. Yeah, dude. It's on there, dude. It's on there. And I watched it thinking it was going to be like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know. It came up like recommended. And I was like, let's take a look, see. And it was,
Let's take a peek under the hood.
it was a full video. And I was just like, I had never seen a childbirth before.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. And then I literally delivered Vincent. Like, we've talked about that before too.
Yeah.
But that was really getting up.
Where'd you
close
take him?
up close and personal. Yeah, I fucking took him over to the doctor. He was like purple. It was not
shit.
good. He was like not getting oxygen. Got a little hairy at the end there.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? He bounced back. He's a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good egg, but
No, the fucking the one health class day that I really dreaded was they made us watch this really morbid. It was in fucking driver's ed. This really morbid video where I felt bad for the kid because I understood why they were doing what they were doing, but my mom, like, I had like. When you were a driver's ed, did you have the, like, where they would teach you in a classroom and then some of it was, like, in another classroom where it was, like, they had, like, the viders and shit up and then, like, the driving simulators? Or
never had Sims.
Okay, so
They did away with them.
So we had, like, an entire classroom of driving simulators, but there was, like, also these, like, test desks.
You guys racing, dude?
Not really. It
Was
was,
they
like,
fun?
no,
Or,
they were horrible. It was like playing fucking kart, like driving down the street in Windows 95. I remember there was this time where I was in the front three. It was me. On my left was Siobhan McGinn, and then on my right was
you guys
Giancarlo
like in a
Grenice.
lobby together? Could you like
No,
wreck each other?
they weren't linked. They were just like, it was literally just running the software for the driving program. And there's this time where, and there was like, like reactive. It was like reactive a little bit, but it wasn't like the way that you're racing semi. Like it's so janky and whatnot. It was like just a.
I had a wheel in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And it was like just dog shit.
It's
Like,
responsive, but not like any help
No.
or whatever. It's just like
it's like Jilly's Arcade. Like,
yeah,
it's like,
exactly. It was like
shakes a little.
one of those, except it had driving simulator software on it. So it was me like, and it was like if you got into an accident or something, it would just shut down. So,
You just die.
but like you had like assignments on the thing
Did
you
you
had
wreck
to
it?
complete. No, I was fine. Giancarlo Grenice was fine. We complete our daily activity and like finish everything
Wasn't
and get
fun?
an A. No, we had a blast. It was
I'm
great.
thinking sounds fun as
but
hell.
we're like trying to figure out. You keep hearing this noise. It's like it sounds like a seatbelt. Like when you leave your seatbelt off, and it's like ding, 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 ding. Like, where the fuck is the sound coming from? So because we're done, we're up and like wandering around. Shivana's still working on the first assignment of like 8 for the day. And it's like 40 minutes into class. We're about to be out of this bitch. She's on the first assignment, flooring it. Like, it just like. Because she had the seat too low where she couldn't see over the steering wheel, and she was a shorter girl, so she's just like on the street like this, and the car's going like 70 through a neighborhood and just hitting everything in sight. And it's supposed to like, I think the program's supposed to shut down after a certain point, but it just like, she was hitting so much fucking shit that this thing's going off like a fucking slot machine. You're just hearing this like ding, 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 and that's like her hitting mailboxes and like curbs and fire hydrants and stuff in the game. And she's just driving like that, dude. Oh, we're fucking like, we're trying not to fucking laugh because we don't want to get kicked out of class, but it's like, dude, oh my god, that woman drives on the road with all of us now, which is
So you think she
terrifying.
has a license now?
She's so yeah, fucking. This was when I was 17. It's like almost 20 years ago. That's fucking. That was like, dude. It was the funniest fucking thing though in the moment because she was just the hands and
She didn't think to like
raise the seat. No, you know.
ask for help. Like,
No, she made it 40 minutes of just doing that the whole time.
did she figure it out though? Was there a redemption arc?
All of the stuff, all the work we did on those never got applied to any class credit. We just like did them like just to prove that like, all right, we showed you how to put the car into drive and park.
Had you ever driven at all
Yeah,
before?
a couple of times. Like my dad took me out to a field. We drove in the Blazer a couple of times. He let me drive in the snow one time when I was like 15. That was pretty cool.
Once I started racing, which I raced go-karts, but then like my grandpa started letting me drive the truck around the neighborhood and stuff, and then like 8th grade, my mom, we talked about it before, but my mom was letting me drive home from Beasley's Point to Petersburg.
Nice.
Like no permit, nowhere even near a permit. But this was
kid.
just a 14-year-old. Like
He's got to learn.
she wasn't like drunk or anything. It was just like
He's just teaching you.
like once every couple weeks. It was like a real treat. She'd be like, "You want to drive home?" I'd be like, "Oh boy, do I!" Like I was so fucking jazzed. But this was before you even like would ever see troopers.
yeah.
Like you can't do that now.
No,
Like,
absolutely not.
But we never saw a cop ever, and that was the only drive I ever did, was just from Beasley's Point to home. But like it was like 7 minutes, but it was like the highlight of my month was
Yeah.
like I got to drive mom's
Dude,
fucking
I'm a
Hyundai Sonata
badass.
home. Dude.
Boys, come on. Like I
And
got
I wasn't allowed.
set.
I didn't tell anyone about it. It was like it was hush hush until like way later.
Damn,
'cause it was
really?
like, yeah.
I was telling everybody like I got to
My
drive.
mom didn't want to get like in trouble. Like you cannot tell your grandparents, you can't tell your dad, because it was like, yeah, other people would scoff at it. But
Whatever.
yeah, my grandpa let me drive the truck, just not on like the road, but he'd be like, let's go around the neighborhood.
My
That
dad-
was fun the first like 10 times, and you're like, all right, dude, let me hop out on Route 9, fucking take her for a buzz. Like,
Jay
come on,
let me
buddy.
drive the Blazer a few times when I was like 15 and 16 just to teach me. But I remember I got way too
Parking lot or something.
Yeah, parking lot, fields, like you just like back before that was all overgrown. He let me drive back there a few times. But like I remember being infatuated with that there was a option. It was like a manual push button 4-wheel drive selection like thing on your manifold. And I just like as soon as I
Throw her
got
in
in there
four-wheel.
behind, threw her in 4-wheel. She's like, "What the
Handles
fuck are
horribly
you?"
on
He's like,
the
"What
road.
the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "4-wheel drive, baby." And he's like, "No, stop!" Like, no, really, like, don't do that. And then like he had trouble getting it out of 4-wheel back into 2-wheel because it's not like as easy to get it back in. You have to back up. There's like a whole process. He was pissed. It was funny though. Like I was like, as soon as I got behind the
Get
that was like
out and like unlock the hubs or some shit.
there's so what you do with the like I learned this out in Colorado. If you ever get into a situation where your car is stuck in 4-wheel drive, just back up 15 feet because it'll reset. And all cars have that fail safe, from what I understand. Like Aaron could probably pick a hole in that logic, but for the most
I've had
part,
it on for the beach in Ocean City Public Works, and then I've forgotten to turn it off, and you get on the street, and it's like,
Oh yeah, you're
it
jerking.
feels so fucking goofy.
You
Like,
you
you're
make
like,
a
what the
turn
fuck?
like you normally do, and you like almost hit the fucking curb. You're like, whoa, where'd that come from? And then you realize like, oh, I've been driving 4-wheel drive for like 2 miles now. My gas fucking economy went down to shit. Like that was always fun.
I remember the first time I was like I was allowed to drive. It was like 7th or 8th grade, and it wasn't even like driving. It was we stopped at the end of the driveway to get the mail, and then my mom was like, "You can park it," and like my go-kart, like you had to step on the fucking pedal for it to go. Like you really had to put some fucking weight behind it, and like I got
flew right out
I
on
got my
Succo.
mom. Well, we were facing in to like,
Oh,
go
okay.
in the driveway, but it wasn't even like gravel yet. It was just like dirt, and like I don't know. Like I thought you just like floored it like a go-kart. So like I literally just put it to the floor and it like spun tires. And I went down the driveway doing like 30 miles an hour. And my mom was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And there's a fence at the end of the driveway back then. Like literally slammed on the brakes and like slid and like almost fucking took out the fence.
2-speed Seymour. You either got still and fucking flying.
Yeah, and she wasn't one to like curse a lot, and she was literally like, "What the fuck was that?" Like I was
Nice.
just like, "Oh, I didn't know it." Like a car, you fucking you
Ease, yeah.
yeah, you
it's
push the
ease.
pedal down and it fucking goes. I learned that day.
My mom's thing used to be when I was in a sad mood because I don't know, she just thought it would be fun. She would cheer me up by letting me turn on the Audi. It had 3 pedals because it was a manual, so she
I
would
let Tina
explain-
do that from time to time. She's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, the clutch."
Yeah, she would keep it in first gear too, so she would like let me if I was like a good boy, like turn it on. She'd let me do it. I forget how you do it without it being in gear, but I think it's like you can just turn it on when it's in gear, right?
No, you have to push the clutch in no matter what.
Oh, okay.
But if it's in first gear and you start it and you let go of the clutch, then it lurches forward,
Okay, so whatever it was that
stalls.
yeah, like whatever it was, like she would let me like play like so I could back out and make the car face the street, and like that was a big deal to me. Never fucking jammed on
Had
the
to pop it into
accelerator.
reverse.
Yeah.
Kind of very slowly like let off the clutch and let it
Yeah.
get rolling on its own.
Yeah, I'm sure if I did this today, I'd stall out like 100 times too. But I had that shit down to a science when I was a little kid. It was like it was my favorite thing.
It's not really that hard, honestly. People overthink it, and I kind of did too. And like, I don't. Aaron like showed me a little bit, and then I practiced in the driveway and then the game preserve, and it was like, I was nervous to drive in traffic just because it was like you don't want to have a fuck up in front of someone. But
Yeah.
like, it's really like, I don't know. I don't even think about it anymore. Like when I first started, I had to like have the radio off. I had to like hear like when to shift and shit like that. And I was like watching the tachometer the whole time, and like now it's just like,
It's a feeling, baby.
yeah, I don't even. I think it clunky sometimes, but I don't know.
Well, your car's like in
It's muscle memory.
I was gonna say it's like a couple years old now too. Like your clutches, you've been fucking working that thing pretty hard.
I beat the shit out of it.
Yeah, like
I ran over on my oil change, and they're like, it was a little low, and then they're like, it's fine though. And then I was peeing in the backyard of my mom's the other day,
being in the oil filter.
and I heard it, and it sounded a little concerning, little ticky tacky. I'm like, dude, do I have a fucking valve tap or something? Like, fuck, like, so I have to bring it to Aaron and be like, what do you think? I was just gonna wait till the next oil change.
Tell me, wise Aaron.
I was an idiot. I went like something 6,000 over.
Yeah, that's
something like
way
that.
too. What are you, a chick? Like,
Yeah, fully chicked out.
dude,
I
that's
shouldn't.
that's such a chick move. Like, I talked about
Well,
her
when
on
I take it to Aaron's, I gotta like I could do it. They have appointments where you could like wait in the morning, but I usually don't feel like doing that. So I have to get a ride and like drop it off
Yeah.
the night before, and it's just like that whole extra step. It's just like I just kept putting it off, and then eventually I went to this Valvoline place where you just pull in and you don't even get out of the car. I'm like, this is the best, dude.
Yeah.
But they charge you like fucking $80 for an oil change or something like that. They bang you over the head there. But
Yes, they do.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
God damn it, I talked about
I'm
her.
terrible with car maintenance.
I talked about her on the last one, but the sister of my ex girlfriend that used to that like did that like study or whatever where she started crying. I talked about how she pulled into the wrong side of the gas pump or whatever, and then like realized like, oh, my gas valve's on the other side. So instead of like just pulling out and pulling back in the other way,
tried
she
to pull the hose over.
no, she got out, got back in her car, started crying, and then drove away without getting any gasoline. And I thought about another
That's
one.
insane.
Their family was insane. Like I said, this is like one of
That's
Allison's.
like wild behavior. Like what the, like I'm not a crier. Like I'll cry, like but
This
that is
this family is
people who cry at shit like that. It's like what what the fuck are you doing?
This
Like, come on.
family is straight up one of Allison's favorite topics at work because I'll like hit her with a story she's never heard before. And she's like, "How are these like functional members of society?" And I'm like,
They're
I really don't know. Like they are, but they're not. Like, and yeah. So the other one was we had to go on a road trip we were going from Maryland to North Carolina. So like Duck, North Carolina, Kitty Hawk, pretty much like that area. And
It's a fun town name.
it is Kitty
Duck.
Hawk. Well, Duck is pretty too. There was a place in Duck called Porn and Biscuits, where it was a truck stop back in the '60s, and they sold biscuits and they sold pornography.
Did you go?
I've never been personally, but
sounds like a mandatory stop for you.
Jamie lived like
Got any feet stuff?
yeah. Jamie's got. I know a website for you, son. Jamie's
Any chubby Latinas? I'm bringing something home for my pal Jake, my co-host.
yeah. Do you want a magazine about one, or do you want one?
We have a semi out back.
So
Poke some holes in the top so they can breathe.
I thought you meant she was the size of a
Treat them
semi.
like fireflies.
I thought you meant she was the size
Nah.
of a semi. Like it's a very Rubenesque woman. But
Nah.
no. Anyway, we were going down there, and like I had to drive with her one sister, and then she had to drive her car down there with her other sister. So like we get
Why did the sisters ride together and then you ride with your girlfriend?
because they didn't have driver's licenses. Rachel was the only one. Fuck. She was the only one that had it. This is a fine story. So I just
Fuck.
anyway, she basically like on the road, like we were going, and I'm like, hey, like we got stuck in a little bit of traffic. We've been driving about 4 hours. We got another like 2.5 hours to go. Probably a good time to refuel. And she like on the phone was like kind of short with me. She's like, yeah, whatever, okay, that's fine. Like hung up. Apparently she'd been going for like the last like 15 miles like beyond empty and was like too embarrassed to call me to ask if like we could pull over. I was like, so you were just gonna like let your
You're just gonna run out.
you're
of
just
gas.
gonna run out of fucking fuel because you are too embarrassed.
Road trip as soon as it gets below a quarter tank and you're going by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh,
you don't even like. You're
you're-
like, dude, let's just top it off. Like you don't even let the fuel light come on. Like
When
it's
I
just
had
like,
the trailer, man, if I was like below half, I was getting nervous. So that was like, yeah, I'm making sure. Like
why does that actually burn more?
you
fuel?
burn like 7 times the amount of fuel. Like I was getting like 7 miles to the gallon. I think it was
shit,
bad.
dude.
It was bad.
Fuck.
It's like imagine hooking up a fucking like.
You're literally like a trucker. Like,
Yeah.
Didn't you just drive? You left it somewhere down there, didn't
Well,
you?
yeah, I drove from New Orleans to Savannah. That's a pretty like. I mean, it's not like
And what ended? You put it in storage and you sold it.
yeah. Put in it. Well, so here I'll show you.
You had to drive it back to Louisiana.
Yeah, so I drove from
Sponsored by Pornhub.
Minor attracted person.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's I don't like that.
I didn't even think of that when you typed it in, but yeah, I remember that was a thing on Twitter a few years ago.
Yeah, so I drove from motherfucker. Of course, it's like fucking potato.
Savannah.
Yes, there's Savannah right there. So I drove from there all the way to there with a trailer. Like that's
And you got to go around the boot or whatever.
no, you can go through
There's a bridge there.
You go from there.
Biloxi.
Biloxi, Mississippi. You drive right through it. It's pretty fucking cool.
How
I
long's
like.
that bridge?
Pretty fucking long. It's like
That looks, yeah,
takes about
golly.
like 25 minutes to get over.
What?
Yeah,
What?
you're on it for a fucking minute, man.
That's creepy as
It's
hell.
it's not creepy. It's like it's a very big, like sturdy bridge. Like
25-minute bridge ride, dog. I think Aaron is with me saying, fuck that.
New Orleans to Savannah.
What's that one? Unrelated, but it's like somewhere up by Massachusetts where they have like the Chesapeake Tunnel or something like that, or Chesapeake Bay
there's-
Bridge.
well, there's
It's
the
like
Bay
a
Br-
30-minute ride
The
across.
Bay Bridge Tunnel is in it's in between Delaware and Virginia. Which have you ever been there?
I don't know.
So I drove the last time I went to go
I think
see
I
Casey.
did with my mom once. Isn't it just like a really long bridge that
Yeah.
has part tunnels or something?
Yeah, so it's
I didn't like it.
I loved it. It's my favorite part. We had a battleship go over us the one time. Yeah, right there. So Virginia Beach is on the one side, Newport News is on the other, and then Norfolk is where the
Pretty sure Newport News is a rough area.
it's Virginia Beach is a rough area too.
One of the prison guys I follow, shout out Lockdown 23-1. He's from both of those areas, and like
It's because Richmond is that town, like I told you, where it was like back in the day, it used to have a lot of like military families, like because there was like a lot of shipping and like military contracting that was done through the port of Richmond, but now it's like basically a defunct, like it is just
where
a
was their
dying.
port even at?
You come in through 95, you come around, but it's like it comes up through here, but it's like trains that take you to the inlet, and then basically
trains. I thought you meant like a
Yeah.
boat port. I'm like,
Well,
they're pretty
it's
landlocked.
a quasi. It's like a mixed use, but it's like trucking, trains, and then like boats, but like further out
Yeah.
east. But yeah, like basically Richmond is like dying as a city, and it's like very fucking ghetto. And I got stuck in traffic one time up here, like all the way up here,
Richmond Renegades.
like around this
Some
area.
random town names, dude. There was one called like Dinwidders,
Dinwiddle, Orapax Farms. That's a good one.
Tallyville.
Stephenville. What's that one? Dahlgren's Corner. King William. I'm from King William, Virginia.
There's Jamaica. What? All right.
Yeah, but
That's a gnarly trip.
no, that
I've
was
never really driven a big trailer. I drove like a little tiny utility construction trailer
It-
once, but
it was pleasant. The places that I did not like, and I'll tell you this, are
weren't you having issues though on the one trip?
New
where it was a
Orleans. Yeah,
nightmare?
yeah, New Orleans to Savannah the first time. I got.
What made you stop in Savannah on the way home?
I was supposed to have work there.
Oh,
Yeah, we were supposed to do a show.
and then you didn't want to tow it back here, so you just left it there.
No, so I went New Orleans to Savannah running from a storm, and we were on the other end of the storm anticipating that we were going to get work in Savannah. So I left my trailer there and came home. But instead of me getting work there, the work fell through. We never got it, so my trailer was just there. So when I was done with work for the season up in Jersey, I came back to Savannah, got my trailer, drove back to New Orleans. Then my trailer just stayed there. But I made that trip like, you know,
What do you mean you sold it back there?
yeah,
Like a
that's right.
dealer?
That's where I sold it. Yeah, but like it made that trip between.
Didn't you like break even or close to it on that or something?
Not really. I mean, like it was 10,000 I got for that, and then like 2,800 in flood insurance because that hurricane hit. And I paid 16,500 for it. So
Not
like,
terrible.
It's not terrible. I live for
Cheaper than rent.
Fucking yeah, I live for way significantly cheaper than rent. Like. I first in month's rent would have with security deposit and everything would have been the difference on what I paid. So it's like basically negligible. If I would have moved into a place, it would have been the exact same price as buying and selling this trailer. I think I had a much better time, much easier to get in and out of. But dude, right in between Pensacola and Tallahassee, it was like this area over here somewhere. It's like Chipley. Chipley,
What's
America.
that?
Yeah, fucking go
Over
on.
in Bluntstown,
But-
but fucking zooted.
This is where I stayed when I was running.
Nickville
When
or
I was,
Niceville?
I was like running from the storm. I stayed in like this area, and when I was driving up to Georgia, that was when I realized that I took off from a trailer park that I didn't have a sewage hookup to. So I left my trailer with like a bunch of fucking poop and piss in my sewage. You can't do that because you overload. So when I crossed the state line into Georgia, I just opened my fucking septic tank and just drove into Georgia with like all my piss
Is
and
there
shit.
people?
Yeah, I mean, I was like on a fucking shitty high, like a very small,
Is there
like
anyone?
no,
behind you?
nobody noticed. Like, but it was like seriously, like I was going up a hill, so as I was looking back down the hill, it was like 4 miles back down there. It was just a
Do
fucking.
you have to get out
trail.
to open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I got back in and closed it, and then like drove in the other lane to make it look less conspicuous. But I don't know. It would have been dead to rights
That's a
caught.
stinky street that day.
Yeah, it was funny, man. There was it was sick.
What's the proper way to do that in that situation? That's
Just
what I'm
drain it correctly, like,
like
you're.
where? Like, if
So you have a
see-
hookup. So like there's you can see
Where can you legally drain poo poo and pee pee? Is what I'm asking.
yeah, like you have a hookup for it. It's like a hookup means that there's a septic tank at a trailer park or an RV park, and you have a line.
So you have to go to an. I'm saying in your situation there wasn't one at that park.
Yeah.
What do you do to legally go around that? Do you find another park where
Yeah.
you can hook up? Okay.
Yeah, or you go to an RV specialist. They'll flush you. Like they'll do like if you need maintenance done, they'll do it, but they'll charge you a premium because they're going to shove like chemicals and stuff and like really clean it. So like what I'm talking about, you just do for free. Like
I'm saying like where can you can't like take that to the dump? is
No,
what
you
I'm
can't-
saying.
you
So it's
can't, like-
where do I dump this legally?
A lot of people pull behind a Walmart and look for a manhole cover and just go to town.
Yeah, that's not legal though.
No, it's not. That's
definitely
I'm
fucking
dead serious
gross.
though. That's like if you ever go behind Walmarts, you will see people fucking dumping RV shit. It's like it's foul.
That's because they're living in their RV in the parking lot.
No, it's well, there's check-in times too. So like RV parks are kind of like hotels where you roll in at like 5:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning, ain't nobody's fucking answering the phone or whatever. So you just pull in and you have to like wait until they answer you, or give you an assignment. Like, cause like even if you have it reserved, there might be, I don't know. It's illegal to, like, not illegal, but they can tow your trailer if you like pull in, unhitch. Even if you have the spot, it's dead right yours. They might just call a wrecker and have you towed just for breaking their balls about it. But like, a lot of waiting in this fucking RV game. So one of the ways that you wait is that they'll let you pull an RV into a Walmart parking lot. So there's generally, like any Walmart in America, there's usually like 2 or 3 RVs. People like camping in the parking lot, whatever. But yeah, people that are like really on like a long haul with an RV and their tanks are full, they'll just pull behind the Walmart and like find a ditch or like a fucking sewage outlet and just fucking dump it. Because
I was trying to find like a dirt road, like a fucking Hunter's Mill Road or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere where it's gonna.
Well, see, most of them too, you can't do that while you're in motion. Mine was like a little fifth wheel, like it was janky. Like I was able to do it just because it's like the crappiest little trail. It was the literal.
It feels like better if you just would have pulled over and just dumped it right there versus like driving down the road with it.
Well, no,
flying
if I would have got caught dumping it,
How long does it take to dump?
like 20 minutes. Like
Oh,
yeah, it takes a while, and
I thought it was like
you'll
open
get like
it up.
you'll get
done.
like a $1,500 fine for dumping sewage because there is chemical in your tanks. Like Blackwater, they don't mind, but like you're not supposed to dump sewage. I think in Georgia too, it's like they have a littering fine in general. Like you can just get popped for littering generally, and it'll fucking that, I don't know. It's a fucking nightmare. So like basically, I was doing this because I was like, hope I do not get fucking pulled over doing this, and like. Yeah, it worked out. Everything worked out. Don't live in a trailer though. All these bitches that are like, you should get a tiny home. I want to live a tiny home. Like, don't
Fuck
do it.
that. I want a bigger house.
I want a smaller house than this. Like this house is
No way.
this
This
house
is
is
good.
perfect. But like, I mean, it's like I could go a little bit smaller if I was to design like my dream home. But like, you know, this ain't bad. I like this.
My dream home is like a fucking.
I know,
like
a
a-
mansion.
yeah.
You want to be on Ballers, MTV Cribs. That's
For sure.
No,
If you had to paint it, fucking beach house or like, you know, that's that street in Seville, just like
Esperanza. Or no,
Corinthian or something like that.
yeah.
Just slammers back there. There's all just something.
But they're all
sick.
prefab. That's just it. It's like I don't really care. There's no
Custom
art.
mansion.
They're
Built by Giorgetti.
No, they
They
were
do the
not,
big
though.
ballers.
What they
no,
are,
no, I'm
it's-
saying
it's
that's
all-
what I would buy.
but it's all particle board and shit. Like I mean, if you're gonna
We're
spend
using oak.
if you're spending real money,
Cedar.
you're gonna spend some real money, man. Like you can get a cat. You could buy a
I'm probably
castle.
gonna live in this house till I die.
You could buy a castle in Scotland for like $300,000. Like I want that.
Did you know you can invest in Colombian real estate? What was that one line you said?
Yeah, you can fucking, or you can go to Argentina. It's like a tax haven or whatever. I know it's weird. Don't bring me to parties if you don't like what I bring to the table.
What was it? You can buy a castle in Scotland for that.
Yeah,
type
you
of
can
money?
buy like a castle.
I don't want to live in Scotland.
Well, like there's places in the world where there are castles that aren't
I
Scotland.
don't want to live in a
but
castle.
I want to live in a castle.
That sounds
I've stayed
terrible.
I've stayed in a castle. It was the shit.
Freaking, they creepy, dude. No
Nah,
thanks.
man, they're fun. You feel like a king.
I want a nice, mansion in Southwoods,
Nah, I want a castle.
renovated.
I want,
Nice.
you weren't enchanted by
Tile
Castle
floors.
Bam when you were like, come on, Viva
That
La
wasn't a
Bam.
castle. It was just a nice freaking mansion house.
That was a farm. That was a actual barn. Like that used to be a horse barn.
Oh,
was-
yeah. When they made it weird.
Yeah, but like, well, the prior people, apparently Glom, the dude that was like building all of Bam's ramps, was like a realtor at the time, and he like helped broker the deal for the original owners. And he was like, "Hey, Bam, like wants a big ass place with a lot of land," and it was like conducive to that. He was just like, "You want this goofy looking fucking house?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, dude." I'm gonna fucking kickflip over the horse's fucking.
Yeah, I
dude.
forgot that it was a different place than his parents' house where they originally were filming
Yeah.
out of.
But no, like I
The
stayed. At,
purple Lamborghini, dude.
I
haven't
stayed-
seen Viva La Bam in so long.
I have it on DVD. Those do not leave the house though. Anytime you want to come over, that's the those are
No,
the
I would never.
selections.
I could just find it online, I'm sure. But fucking, you know what my portable DVD player movie was? You said you had Viva La Bam DVDs and then something else. You had, I forget.
Oh,
which one.
UHF.
Yes. Napoleon Dynamite.
Great one. Had
Saw
that. Also had that
hundreds
on.
of times. I don't know how it would hold up now.
Dude, like,
I haven't
you're-
seen it in like 20 years.
You're telling me you don't want to fucking live in this place? Like, come on,
No.
dude. It's so
That's
fucking.
too much. It's too powerful.
It's so fucking cool. Like,
no, I'm trying to make it to like
I stayed in this castle. Like, I was about it.
you have like bigger aspirations than me. Like I want to live in a fucking castle. I'm like I just want like a fucking, a McMansion in fucking Upper Township.
Oh man, it's just like
I
that's-
should have lived in Seville.
I was surprised at how affordable this was. I'm not saying it's like affordable, but like I was surprised that like
I want to live on dirt road.
dirt road, Deer Kill Trail,
No, in
fucking
Beasley's Point.
no
there's,
name.
Like, nah, in my neighborhood in Beasley's Point, it was called Dirt Road. It was like named after the guy, whatever. I think their last
Joe
name,
Dirt.
maybe the guy who owns Super Liquor. His last name was Dirt, or they called him Dirt or something like that.
Okay.
But it was literally
Bud.
like just. It's still there, obviously. It's literally like a street with like 12 mansions or something like that. The whole rest of the neighborhood's like ranchers and average homes, and then the end of it, it's just like it's like a circle, a semicircle. Yeah, I scratched my bag and I had to wash my hands in your grody ass sink.
Yeah, is there
You're
enough
not allowed
hair?
to
Is
touch
there,
the fucking joint
is
anymore.
there enough
dude.
hair in there? It's a very hairy sink.
I didn't want to bring it up because I didn't want to embarrass you on the pod. But
Why would that embarrass me?
I don't know.
If I live like this, you think I'm embarrassed? You think I'm ashamed?
I'm ashamed of my mess. If you saw my shed, I would be ashamed.
I mean, I'm not. I'm
Ballpark. How many water bottles and empty Coke Zero bottles do you think there are?
I have to ask a question. I have to ask a few questions on this. Do you have a recycling container in the shed? Okay, so these are just free balling. These are just loose. All right, any of them piss jugs? I mean, lakes.
a couple, but they're set way off to the side. They're not just like laying about. You know what I mean? They're tucked away.
24 in a case. I'm gonna
I don't
say.
get a case. I get 6 packs. I just drink one Coke Zero a night.
Okay. But I'm thinking water. Waters.
Maybe drink 1 bottle a night.
Okay. I'm gonna say like 60.
At least, dude. That's like insane, dude.
Your shed looks like my.
It looks like remember Texas Roadhouse or like this restaurant called Lone Star where you
remember
just
Lone
eat
Star.
peanuts and throw them on the
just throw.
floor.
Yeah, that's what.
It's just that with water bottles and it's like insane.
I don't think I've ever.
Like if someone were to go in there right now, I'd be humiliated. It looks like a mental illness.
dude,
Every day I'm like, all I have to do, it's not even like messy. It's like my dirt bike is where I rolled joints, so it's just covered in shake and tobacco. Like I'm gonna have to like wash my dirt bike before I take it to the shop. Like it's just covered. The whole seat is like green. Like it's like retarded.
That's so fucking foul, but I completely empathize with that. I have to show you this picture. There's a
But yeah,
picture.
I just literally have to. It's the main bulk of the mess is just empty fucking water bottles and Coke Zero bottles. It's retarded. Like it's
Banana Lands. I have a photo of the room. There was a room that in my house was affectionately just nicknamed Beat Room when I was in college because I have horrible roommates, and Mark can attest to this. I had horrible people for roommates that were just like complete degenerates and like did not care about cleanliness or anything of the sort. And we go out.
it comes with the territory at that age.
Yeah, it was like you know,
You're
whatever.
drinking, you're fucking-
Yeah, like you know, there's dirtbag tendencies that you know you can fall into, but also like there's like
A lot of these kids probably didn't have to clean at home.
exactly like a lot. You're getting exactly where I'm coming from. Like it's not a mystery how this behavior is formed, but it certainly is like.
Disruptive to the
Yeah, like so.
household.
All right, so if this is an example, when Mark and I would walk out of our rooms in the morning, this is the first thing we would see. This was literally
college ones are gnarly. I was in a
This was spray painted on our wall. Wait, hang on, I think I gotta.
I frat house in the Stockton area, and it was like demon, like the amount of damage and like fucked like.
That was spray painted on our wall. One of our friends got drunk, and because Mark's Jewish, tried to spray paint a swastika on the wall. And they were so drunk, that's what they came up with. So that's directly, like, Mark's room's over here, and my room is, like, where you're sitting. So when we walk out in the morning, that's the first thing we see. But, like, yeah, that's just
Who wrote the quote?
me. That was me. Because I was like, you can't just keep that. But this is the room. This was affectionately nicknamed Beat Room.
Why is it beat room? You guys beating off in there?
No, it's just this beat. Like, it's like, this is so beat.
That was how, when I was drinking to excess, in my early 20s, that was how the table in my room looked, and that was how my room looked.
Yeah,
When I would clean up my room, I'd have to bring the outside recycling can, and
Yeah,
it would be
like-
like hundreds of empties. Like, it was just retarded.
and, like, you could see, I made food.
There's probably fruit flies in there. from
I
all the
made
beer.
food one time, and like somebody
Ditch
was
the
like,
pot and the plate.
no. I made food like one time, and somebody was like, I want some of what you're having, and I cooked it in that pot. I said, okay, the deal is I made it, you clean up. And they were like, deal. That never moved for the duration of the time we lived in that. That pot was in that room for. Like, we never cooked in it again. It was never used.
Seems like a waste of a perfectly good room.
Hey, I
You
agree.
Could have got another roommate.
Also,
chipped in on the
remember
rent.
the window I told you about where it just fell out. That was the window that fell out of my friend's friend Joey was like literally like just standing near it, and he just stood on the floor a little weird, and it jostled, and the window just the pane fell out of the fucking wall.
Why didn't you guys just take the beers out?
I don't know. I tried. This would if I cleaned it, this would happen again.
That's
instantly.
annoying. It seems like more effort to put them in a bedroom upstairs or whatever.
Yeah, this was our dining room too. Here, let me see if I can show you a couple of this was our house that when the tree fell on it, because our house was in Hurricane Sandy. So that's the backyard.
God damn.
So this is the front from the street, and that's our neighbor's house. This is our house. So the tree fell.
Your house kind of looks like a shithole.
Our house. You don't.
It's not how I imagined it.
Dude, it was a fucking.
I've heard endless stories about this house. I thought you were on like a.
It was a
This
disaster.
looks like a suburb. This
Yeah,
doesn't even look I'm picturing like
Here you
New
go.
York City, like in some nice like row home or something.
Nah, man, you want to see it on Street View? Pull it up on Street View. God damn it, I suck so bad at this shit. Yeah, I got tons
That
of.
neighborhood looks like straight out of like the 70s or something.
It's a Levitt neighborhood, so all the people returning from World War II, were they basically prefabricated a bunch of houses and put them on cement slabs and called them Levitts. Thus, Levittown, and Hempstead is a suburb of that. Where the fuck is Hempstead? Oh, there it is. All right, so Long Island Turnpike runs right through it. This is the Coliseum where the Islanders play.
A nice Marriott. I'd stay there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You were by the friggin' high school.
Dude, so the entrance to the Nassau Coliseum is right there. That's my street, right?
That kind of sucks. Was it busy on game days?
Bro, people would park on our fucking block, and part of our tradition would be, yeah, that's it right there.
They got new siding.
I got new everything. Yeah, 109.
How many dudes do you have living there?
Wait,
One is it?
Wait. That's the wrong one. No, I think they did. We had 6 dudes living in there.
Holy God.
Yeah, 109.
That's a lot of dudes. Those are tiny houses.
I mean, they weren't like the fucking, yeah, like they weren't. That's it. Yeah, right there. That was it. So
New stucco work.
no, that was all there when we were there. They got a new door because we fucking trashed the door. But that was the living room. That was my
How the fuck did you have 6 people in there? This is not what I
basement.
pictured.
This is a basement. Yeah. I lived in the basement. There was 2 people that shared upstairs.
Okay, so there was living quarters upstairs.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't
That's
very.
cramped,
It wasn't.
dude.
It was pretty cramped. Like I'm telling you, it was pretty
How
fucking.
much was rent?
$2,000, I think. Like it was they were
That's a lot
robbing
of money back
They were robbing us blind, brother. Like they knew what they were doing. There's a couple of times like, okay, so I'm gonna have to blur somebody's face in this, but this is the living room. So we had a giant rasturbated cat behind the fucking television. That's my friend Bronski, who's dead now. That's my ex-girlfriend. That's my friend Manu. That's my friend Holly. That's my ex-girlfriend's sorority sister / friend Michelle. And then that was like our living room. We had a huge stack of fucking N64 games. And then that was the room that you just saw too. That was beat room, but from a different, like, so the perspective I showed you was like that way. That's straight in from the street.
Fucking a big old Grateful Dead thing hanging over a doorway.
Yeah, tapestry.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was
This place probably stunk. You
it
guys smoke
stunk
cigs and
stunk
cigs
to high
inside?
heaven. Yeah, wait. I got so many fucking pictures of this place.
Hold on, the trance is getting good, dude.
I know the trance is pretty fucking good.
What's a rostatized cat?
A rasturbated cat.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
And this is there's a.
What's rasturbated mean?
It's where you make. This is my friend Craig and my dog Cinco. At the time, watching my TV, I don't know why, but yeah, like that was the squalor I lived in. It was a fucking shithole. My
It says
bed.
nig on your microwave.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
it says on your microwave.
Dude, so my friend, the guy that drew the swastika, got really drunk at another occasion and came into my room and stole a bunch of paint markers.
This is your room. You had a microwave in your room.
This was my room. He wrote the N-word literally all over every square inch of my room.
Like a douchebag.
And
dude.
there's like a bunch of black
That's not
friends.
a good friend, Joe.
I had a bunch of black friends, and they would come over and be like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on over here?"
I mean, we can say in private, but
we do quite often. There's a really good picture of me and my girlfriend standing naked in front of my mirror.
what was it? Go back.
What's
That
up?
picture.
Cinco.
No, go back to
This one?
what? I remember that thing.
The table?
Yeah.
That table is downstairs. That's in my office.
I just remember staring at that many a time.
Some guy sold me that table
Does
because
it say poop on your freaking
it does say poop on my desk.
in the fucking artsy fartsy way?
Yeah, the fucking anagram way. And also, for an art
Say
project,
cunt.
that's I painted a barcode that if you scanned it, it scans it comes up for the UPC for Triscuits, which I thought was funny.
And a cool BlackBerry.
Yeah, man. It has 2 phones, a switchblade,
What's in the bucket?
dog
Cat
food,
litter?
dog food.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a picture of. Oh, so like I have like the N-word literally written all over my fucking room.
It's not good.
Here's my room with a bunch of black people. And like, I don't know if it'll be able to show. I don't think the resolution's good enough, but like literally on my mirror in like gigantic fucking letters is.
Oh,
Can you see it?
he missed the R though. He run out of room. Or
Yeah.
did you try and wipe it off?
Right there. Yeah. It just. That was my room. Yeah. They
Still
didn't
a
care.
sign from the men's locker room.
Yeah. I don't know who
In
the
your
hell.
room, you had the art of rolling.
Yeah, the art of rolling. I would get my uncle's gift to me every year for Christmas for a really long time was
Swimsuit edition.
swimsuit edition. So I had a bunch of markers and shit in my room. So I would get
Man.
I would draw mustaches and like eye patches and like fucking unibrows and shit on them. He thought
This. Oh, man,
thanks for
dude.
listening. Go fuck yourself.
Bye.